All right, here we are with Stars Without Number Revised, Blackstar, Season 1, Episode 6. The finale, listeners. Here we are at the end of Season 1. It is February 2018. I am Devin, the guy who runs the games. And to my left, we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing cartographer Hickson.
And Peter's guy is Kalis.
Maybe by next season you'll get that down, Devin.
I know, right? I just don't want to say GM anymore. I'm tired of it. It bores me.
Oh, Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master, Game Master, Space Master, Referee, Storyteller,
Master of Ceremonies.
Master of Ceremonies, Hollyhock Goddess.
What?
That's for Chubos. Or Nobilis. No, I think it's for Chubos. It's fine, I just don't care. I'm the guy who's running the game. I'm not... There's this whole rant we could have about how the GM is not any more important than the other players of the game, and it's a communal thing. But we don't need to. It's fine. I'm basically another player. It's not important. It's a good way to run games, by the way. People who want to run games, run it so that the guy running the game, the GM, doesn't have any more authority than anyone else at the table.
I mean...
That's an off-topic for another time.
Sort of like the best session we had was just us rounding with each other and the GM just sitting in the corner going, hey, yeah.
Some of the best games ever are just when you guys were just role-playing off each other, and I was there as an NPC, not as an authority, just someone who's providing context.
Either you or Kevin goes into the views. We also had
Kevin was
some
like that too. Kevin learned from the best.
And also from you.
Solid burn. Solid burn, Peter. Alright, gang. So, you are on a planet, a fantasy world planet with necromancers and bandits and predators and xenomorphs.
Monochromicon.
Yes, you guys are basically ripping off the video game series Star Ocean, but you probably don't know that because you probably haven't played it. Yeah, there it is. So here we are. What happened last session?
We went to this planet with our Praetorian babysitters. They told us...
Your praline babysitters.
Yes, they told us the locals tried to rob us, and we're like, we're wizards. We should leave. And then we're like, oh crap, aliens and predators were here before.
Yeah, the movie Alien vs. Predator occurred in Small.
Also, you guys vaguely think we're like angels or something? Or maybe demons? But also...
Devil sailors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause because there's a fucking thing happening. Alright, we're back, listeners. The ambulance or the sirens are gone. So, yes, you guys crash landed on a fantasy world planet. After, oh my god, yeah, so much stuff happened before that. That was like
So we went to Firma first, everybody got rich and retired, except for us, because we're the PCs. They went to Bellator.
the old stomping ground.
We were super shitty about the captain retiring, too.
Oh my god, right?
So yeah, then we rented out the ship for 100,000 credits, went to Bellator, decided to shop around for some spaceship. And then we got some caveats in the contract that told us, hey, go to this unexplored planet that you have the star charts for, explore it, come back, and then maybe we'll give you the spaceship that you paid for. 2 million credits, basically.
Yeah, they'll hop you up through the line.
Yep. So we went to the new part of the sector that we just explored, and we ended up in Monochromicon.
Almost got shot down.
Almost.
I mean, you got partially shot down. A hole was blown in the ship.
Like about 50% shut down.
It's a lot of percentage of shot down.
Yeah. That's why now this session we want to turn off that shooting gun at least, or at least get some things so we don't get shot down.
I mean, it's not even you guys, because your ship can cloak itself. You want to turn it off for the mandate, and then you can get your payout.
Yeah.
For the mandate.
Oh, for the Praetorian Republic. But they're a mandate remnant.
And everybody's a mandate remnant.
Yeah, all the power players are.
Yeah.
They didn't have to work their way up from the bottom. They just survived enough to keep their established tech level and then go upward.
Yeah.
Alright, so after dealing with a museum, a history, talking to a leader, you're in a city that's clustered around the space elevator.
Yep.
That's long since been destroyed and overgrown, so it looks like a big giant superstructured tree that's been covered in foliage.
Post-apocalypse.
Yep. You're going to check that out for information, I think, more thorough information maybe, and then make your way to Mount Sinai, where the anti-aircraft guns are.
Yeah, go consult the gods. We've got some words with them. Okay.
So yeah, we come back to, I don't know, probably a day later. You guys rested up for the night.
Yep.
So, it cuts then to you guys. You are in, where'd you sleep? Like an inn or a house or something?
Something like that.
Cut to a fantasy tavern with its, French architecture, whatever that means. House, it's very nice. It has ceramics and stone built into it, and just wood framing, nice paper doors and stuff.
Glass in the windows.
Glass in the windows. Awnings, oak, that kind of stuff. Things that houses have.
Huh.
I mean, doors even, maybe windows.
Yeah.
The best thing TL one can afford.
And there's central heating because they have like copper pipes they heat up to heat the house and stuff, and water and plumbing. They got like a restaurant below, a cafe.
That's nice.
Yeah, Mr. Genocide and Mrs. Crucifix do not stay at the inn.
Fucking forgot their names.
One, because Mrs. Crucifix weighs a large amount of weight.
Just stay on the bottom floor.
And two, neither of them have to sleep, so they just hang out and wait.
Wait, over us, watching as we sleep.
No, they take point.
That's nice. They're not being creepy Killer Queen style.
What they'll probably do is while you guys are resting up, because, wait a minute, they're aware you don't have to sleep. Because they know you're an AI.
Yeah, but Hickson has nap.
Yeah, exactly. So while you two hang out, you guard Hickson so he's not, burned at the stake for being a witch. Mr. Genocide's exact words. They go to the space elevator to stake it out for information. They'll go have their own adventure.
That's nice of them.
For being a witch. So yeah, morning happens. The cafe's down there. They're brewing fresh roasted coffee. There's tiramisu cake.
Purposely saying words horribly.
Horribly, not wrong, just horribly. Tiramisu, croquettes, parfaits, all the pastries you want to eat.
Gonna get a pound of cocks while we're at it, Devin?
Yeah, panacock, which is like a Dutch pancake. It's called a panacock.
It's not what it's called.
You brought it up.
Yeah, because that's what you keep calling it.
Speak up. So, you guys are awake? What, you're gonna have breakfast? Gonna join the nice, happy village people from Belle's Beauty and the Beast? They're so provincial.
Yes, breakfast.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Some kids are staring out the window, their nose cartilage and grease pressed up against the glass, watching you. Kids are greasy, so their faces smear across as they run away when you guys look at them.
Well,
My God.
I mean, TL1 glass probably is not that good to begin with.
It's pretty good. It's nice. It's it's near Renaissance or near Enlightenment era. There are degrees of TL1. This is specifically not shitty medieval world. This is, France/Venice. It looks nice, listeners. Imagine it looking nice.
Okay.
I don't have the words for it looking nice, I should have looked it up.
Quaint.
No, descriptive stuff, like awnings or light wooden frames and stuff that make things look bigger and more delicate.
Okay.
I just don't have the words for it.
So yeah, we do have breakfast.
There you go. Do you want to interact with anyone? Do you want to have a scene? You want to workshop something? Or is it just eat, fucking leave?
My character's probably being friendly with people.
There we go.
I'm a friendly dude.
They're all, they're all like interested in you because you're a what was the word? Devil sailor.
That's what we are.
They keep asking you guys where your boat is, where your craft is, where your.
I'm afraid we can't release that information.
Otherwise, somebody might steal it.
It's possible to steal it from you. They all start taking knives out. This is now an option.
I was going to say more that otherwise its defenses might go off if someone tries to go near it.
We don't want you to die. Because it's cursed. Cursed, I tell ya.
Literally, that's what happened. They'd go near it, and then Monica and what's his name, Fives, would kill them.
I mean, we have a
A
golem.
brass man would walk out.
A golem.
Yeah, an actual golem would walk out. Just start firing buzzsaws into them, like Metal Man.
He comes from a planet where they settle their disputes with murder. And he survived.
And that's every planet. It's like we know what war is, and we know what capital punishment is. I know what an erection looks like, Michael. Arrested Development.
No, really? It's not like we've watched it 15 times by now.
I haven't.
I don't know if you get it, Peter. But every time we watch Arrested Development so often that whenever we're done the Netflix season, we immediately start on episode 1 again. And we've done it for like 4 or 5 years now, daily, to the point where I think we've seen it like 70 times.
It's ridiculous, and like, we still find new jokes in there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of self-referential humor.
Yeah, we've watched Arrested Development so much that we're still finding new in-jokes.
I'm telling you to watch Battlestar Galactica. I say, no. We don't
I want to watch it. I just haven't torrented it. That's right, listeners. Sometimes we torrent. Okay, so, all right, you have a nice time in this provincial cafe. What's up with the sci-fi music? Let me pause, listeners. There we go, fantasy music.
Not bad.
I know it's not bad. Comes from the best Final Fantasy game there is.
Okay.
Yeah. 4.
I thought it was actually not going to be a Final Fantasy game. I thought that was going to be the joke. I was like, oh my god.
It's like when we talk about Exalt, we're like, we're on the best version of the system. It's like, what? A D&D derivative. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. That is salty.
We are salty.
It would be even more salty. It's like, we're on the best version of Exalted ever. What? Chubo's wish-granting engine. It's like, oh my god.
I have a hunch that it might not be that bad, actually.
Well, now that I have the physical book, oh my god, it's really nice.
Yeah.
The future! The future team.
One day.
We'll do Chubos. Maybe not until Tyler's properly introduced to how we run and stuff. It's a fairly heady game.
We'll play anime, the game.
Anyway, now that we're done shit-talking things we like.
Shit-talking things we like. That is the epitome of us.
Right? Christ. Anyway,
we had breakfast.
we had breakfast. Breakfast occurs. You guys have pancakes and parfaits and coffee and
Fried tomatoes.
yeah, exactly. Scallop potatoes.
Let's make a GIF out of it.
So, what is your plan? The horrific cybernetic murderers that you guys are hanging out with return. A little worse for wear in that they show signs of exertion on their bodies.
So, did you find anything?
Mr. Genocide kind of just walks in after you guys have clearly finished. He just kind of lights up a not a cigarette, but he lights up a
A death stick?
not a death stick, a meth stick, methamphetamine.
Oh my god.
And he just kind of looks around, leave, and people file out of their own home and coffee place.
Literally the worst.
I was gonna say bitches leave, but RoboCop, no. It's what the dad from That 70s Show says. It's this whole thing.
It's what The doctor says. The doctor doesn't pay.
No, not Dr. Detroit. Okay, listeners. In RoboCop, the dad from that 70s show is the villain. He's such a bastard. He's such a great villain. But he walks into this place, says, bitches leave, and anyone who isn't a main character gets off screen before he murders someone in front of everyone. Anyway, he grabs a seat, turns around, and mounts it Riker style from Next Generation. We hit up the space elevator ruins. We were able to get ourselves into the data access and found a layout for the orbital tower. They were synchronized together for cargo going up and down.
Great.
So we have a vague idea of what we're looking for.
Perfect.
You have questions?
When do we leave?
Did you encounter resistance?
Yes. Well, technically. We encountered it.
Locals?
Well, anything on this planet's a local.
Human or machine?
Column A, column B. Oh, yeah, you're not real. He was gesturing his cigarette to you. No, you're not real.
I'll smoke my death stick.
Moves over to you and grabs this he has a touch pouch and he's like tetrameth.
No, thank you.
Your funeral. Pulls it out, touches the pack to it to light it. We just watched Altered Carbon and reread the books, listeners.
Those were the books.
Yeah.
I'm so uncultured.
Peter hasn't seen the books.
I haven't seen the books.
That's how you read, Nicole, with sight.
I mean, I haven't seen the books.
He hasn't even seen them, Nicole.
I mean, he's been in our house. He's looked at that book.
No, he
He's
hasn't.
probably
Not
seen
once.
I glossed over it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because he had Envoy intuition. He could probably read off every title on that bookshelf.
Anyway, we are in a salty mood today. Yeah, no questions about the mountain?
Like, anything you think we should know
Give
about
us
the
the little-
mountain? We're gonna have to go there. So.
Virtual intelligence controller, automated defense systems. A lot of it looks like, from what we can gather from the terminals, it looks like a lot of it's damaged. Might be running on automated hard systems.
Okay.
It'd be ideal just to disable them, but if that doesn't work, we can always just destroy the facility.
But you're really good at hacking, so you can probably get around whatever defense it has.
If not, there's probably some atomics in there we could set off.
Let's use it as a last option.
It's an option.
I mean, yeah, probably have to see whether there's any new stuffing going on. Say, something needs to power those giant cannons.
Alright. So, he basically waits for you to finish whatever you're finishing, and then just kind of gets up.
Let's go, I suppose.
We're hoofing it?
I mean, yes.
Alright.
It's not like we have any personal vehicles.
Yeah, it's true.
Getting on Mrs. What's her name?
Crucifix?
Yeah!
I mean,
Next scene is my outline with the skeleton showing through.
that's when Nicole's making a new character.
Mrs. whatever her name is.
Mrs. Crucifix. Built-in power armor.
Okay.
If this was Transformers, she'd be Breakdown turned to a Jeep.
Okay.
Alright, you begin walking through the cobbled streets. Out of town.
Yeah, haha.
Yeah. People watch you as you leave and stuff, and there's not like a celebration or anything, because you're a bunch of scary, scary strangers.
We just happened here.
Yeah. A mind melter, a murder guy, then there's the two of them, the cyborgs.
Yep. I mean, I haven't murdered anyone here.
Yeah, you've done the
And
least amount
also,
of
to
things.
be fair, I haven't melted anyone's mind.
Yeah, but they know that you're
They know
magic.
I'm psychic.
They know you're a witch.
From space.
Yeah. You're the most normal.
Yeah.
They know the horrible secret.
And pop my monoblades and cock my space guns.
Your anti-gravity gun that rips people apart from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Clean seismic rifts.
Yeah. So you're gonna be walking down a path for a while, like roll on the random encounter table path. Like it's a forested. Yeah, it's a forested road that's been made for travel. There's overbrush, the mountains in the distance, and you're just walking. So how we said it's you guys can cover like 3 hexes in a day or something, right?
Oh, something like that.
I do not remember.
It's an amount of miles in a day, so yeah, it's like a day and a half of walking,
That's fine.
which basically you only have to slow down because you get tired.
Hickson. Put you on a little cart. Cart you around.
I mean, you could.
Wheelbarrow.
You could give me one of those Hodor backpacks and just carry me.
Carry on a baby carrier.
I wasn't saying it that way. I was saying it more like he's my servant and I'm a baby. It's just how you phrase it, Devin.
Well, you want Mrs. Crucifix to take out like the car belt seats she has and just kind of strap you to her back, so you're just kind of sleeping.
She could give me a shoulder ride.
You're just strapped to her back
Backseat.
with like the whole like harness on.
That's actually fine with me.
It's horrifically uncomfortable.
Oh, then that's not fine with me.
Like you're not going to sleep through that, but they'll be able to keep their pace.
I guess we camp in the forest.
Yeah.
For Hickson.
You want me to roll for bandits or wolves? Because spoiler alert, even if that happens, it's not going to happen.
There's some fun shooting at least.
Yeah. If you want, wolves show up and you guys kill them.
Hey Hickson, here's some breakfast.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, wolves. You take out your fucking survival ration bar and eat a corner of it. No, I'm good. These will last.
A new coat.
Fucking dead wolf skin you're on you. It's all like not properly dried or tanned. Oh boy. There's like bones and stuff still inside.
Suck it in.
It'd be all warm and moist. Oh my god.
This is nothing like the MMOs I used to play. This is just like my massively multiplayer online video games.
Oh, Hickson's such a nerd. No wonder what, your academy, whatever.
You guys continue, basically unmolested. And yeah, the mountain, you eventually have to break off the path to like take like an older, more unkept road to Mount Sinai, because not many people go through here. There are little villages dotted along the place, like farms that have like, where the houses meet up at the corners to turn to a little farm town and stuff. Grain silos, water towers, little Wild West kind of, like saloon places for travel. Signs of old railways that have long since gone out of commission that people have built houses out of.
So it looks like Firefly.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite as Dust Bowl-y, but more like, frontier.
Oh, I don't think we stop anywhere. Yeah.
No. It's none of these places.
We've seen your capital. There's nothing there. So.
We've seen the best you had to offer and we're unimpressed.
Yes. We're whelmed.
Moving through one of the towns, there is like those cages and trees where they put prisoners that very clearly have like a neighboring soldier inside that's been left to die, and I think is dead. And like hanging from the cage, like on nooses and stuff, are like what look like basically like patched up like patchwork zombies.
Aren't they supposed of that, Hickson?
I mean, yeah. But
So they're like corpses of people put back together with like the best choice cuts that have been like held together with copper plating and like electric wiring. and have like actual Tesla coils like coming out of their spinal column and built into their shoulder mounts to like act as amplifiers. Kind of the way mechs create quantum tap interference. You know, it's like the cross setup. And yeah, they're just hanging there. It looks like some of them have like their limbs replaced with like swords and stuff and like hacking weapons, and they've been like armored and reinforced on places that have like been ripped off and re-salvaged.
Cool.
Pictures.
Yeah, I'm usually taking videos and not actual pictures, but yeah.
Take out your dead, take a slab or something.
Yeah, your data slab, whatever. Your fucking pocket computer.
Your iPhone. This is back on the planet, no reception.
Mrs. Crucifix basically like pokes at the skeletons and like kind of like gets a better look at the coils. Like peels the head and meat away from the coil to get a look at the coil.
Looking away as I'm filming.
Throwing up.
A little bit.
Oh, Hickson.
Looks like the major muscle groups and skeleton have been reinforced because she just kind of pulls it all out. Kind of like pulling like the seed part out of like a bell pepper. It just kind of all comes with. Just looks it over, throws it on the ground.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Well, I think we just continue onwards. Let Hickson wants to dig in, like the doctor you are.
No, that's good. This is interesting, but also really gruesome. I
Do
don't...
some autopsy.
Who here out of you two is a machine person? Like a person who knows about machines, a machine guy. A guy
Both of
with
us, but I'm pretty sure he knows
I
more.
would fix too, so yes, that's me.
You think Fix would cover it?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to... Are you going to investigate these things?
Sure, let's look it over.
I'll let you do a Fix roll to see if you pick up on something that's not obvious, but something that most people wouldn't see right away.
10.
10? Jesus Christ. This is a crude drone system.
Ooh.
Like, the movements and the mechanisms and built into it stuff are drones. Like, these bodies using TL2 and 3 tech have been turned into autonomous drone units.
Cool.
Which, yeah, as long as you have the copper and some steel and whatnot, and a full human body that's been preserved properly, which this has been, proper use of, like this would be something that Hickson would have to fill you in on, but proper use of, like, the right chemicals and preservatives have basically left the muscular structure largely intact, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. These are drones.
Cool.
Like, very stupid robots that can go forward and, like, stab and cut.
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're no longer operational, though.
No, but at the basically base of the Tesla coil is like, you know, micro CPUs and stuff.
Cool.
Like a drone control program that runs signals through the entire like brass and copper armature.
I'm gonna like take that, plug it into my integrated data slab, so I can download the software they have, and while we're just walking.
You already have the software on hand.
Okay.
Like it's just simple drone like rigger software.
Okay. Well, like in case we run into them, I could, you know, as we're walking, I can install myself to also be programming because I have got the built-in data stuff into myself, so I can like have some little virus to take over them or whatever.
Yeah, we can see how that works out. That might be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just rudimentary drone software.
Cool.
Run through a very what's the word I'm looking for? A very not rough, but a very like mechanical or a very like manual system.
Skunk works.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, the materials used for this would not be hard for someone who's competent at building to, you know, engineer or even mass produce. Like the circuitry involved. If you had access to like a circuit board printer from like a spaceship or something from a workshop that you've used, you could just mass produce these things from local materials.
Yeah.
So this is Oghomian.
Yeah.
Obviously.
The symbol for Oghome is a skull with holes around the eye sockets that have been carved into the shape of gears, sitting on top of a squid body almost, like the tentacles like are wrapping around stuff, kind of like the Spectre symbol.
Yeah. So I think this is like maybe the crudest Maltech almost.
This is not Maltech. Maltech has a very specific definition, and this fits none of it. This is just scavenging.
I mean, if it was about the living people, that would almost scare the thing. Like
killing people and turning them into zombies isn't Maltech.
Do them make slaves of humanity?
Yeah, but it's not making slaves of them. It's using their bodies for parts, and that's like,
the least offensive.
Yeah,
it might be a cultural taboo, but it's.
No, Maltech has a very specific definition, like anathema and exalted, and this does not apply. It's just, oh, this is neat. Because they're just taking people they kill and stitching them back into drones, because the dude needs drone parts.
Okay.
It's ingenious. You've probably, if you're an AI, you probably have like ebooks on this, on like the idea of using this. Like there's drone communities out there that are like, hey, you know, what would be a great way to make like cheap mass-producible robots? And it's like, oh, use like a, what do they call it? There's like natural metals you can get that when you apply electricity to them, they tense up and release like a muscle. Like, yeah, but then you need the material for that, so that's not a simple drone, that's a rare, like just message board logs you have saved.
Cool. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. But that seems to be the power behind Oghome. The dead soldier in there has like a fried piece of machinery plugged into his arm. And it's basically, it takes up from the hand all the way up to the shoulder is a large, like, analog brass and copper, what's the word I'm looking for? Charles Babbage computer. Like, so it's all manual and stuff and has CPU components into it and cooling and whatnot. That basically looks like it's a very crude drone controller. Which, from you guys have picked up from talking to the people in the nation here, is like the necromancy they use. It's their it's like their tools, their magic wands.
Nice.
It allows them to command the dead.
Clever.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's been like wrecked and destroyed and stuff by killing the guy, so you can probably rip parts of the circuit board off and just get you see, like you can just upload it and be like, oh yeah, drone control software. Mystery solved.
Yep. Okay. See, I was thinking like, oh, drone control, so that guy's controlling all of them. Oh, no.
Difference engine, that's the word I'm looking for. It's basically a big, crude, micronized difference engine screwed into this guy's nervous system. So you can, like, send the right kind of VR controls to the zombies to make them kill and fight and take.
Yep. Well, someone's being crafty.
So, looks like a far trader crashed here.
Oh, Factoria.
Yeah. Anyway, with that distraction gone, you guys continue towards Mount Sinai.
That we do.
Yeah. You'll get there probably by midday, and yeah, it's a big, giant mountain covered in stone, snow-capped, that has foliage on it. It looks, and has, like, you know, monasteries and little, like villas around it on, like, cliff sides that run around the rivers that are coming off it, because this thing has water coming off of it from moisture.
Cool.
Yeah, mountains do that, right? Like, water builds up on them from snowcap and from permafrost melting, and when the seasons change, and it makes rivers that it feeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rivers come from mountains.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it is a thing that is true.
These streams.
Streams, is a better word?
Yeah. Well, that's what this is feeding. And you got people who have little, nice little chalets and villas. So, let's pause. And we're back. You're at the foot of the mountain complex. And it looks pretty normal from here. Like, from what you can tell, there seems to be, like, divots and cuts into the mountain superstructure that have sealed. So there's not really snow on them because it's recently, like, opened to fire from.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it looks like the structure's undisturbed by it firing. They didn't trigger an avalanche or anything.
That's nice. Okay, well, I guess we'll look where the possible entrance could be.
Yeah. Alright, so really the only holdback here is time. It's going to take a while to search a mountain for an entrance. Well, what signs would you look for to try and figure out how to get in here?
Some older roads, perhaps? Like, probably something wider than normal. Probably still vaguely recognizable where the road was. So probably will be some bigger entrance for like parts and maintenance and crews and stuff. But it's a pretty large complex.
It looks like that stuff has kind of been covered up by time. There aren't really obvious signs of it. And the locals seem to not really deal with the mountain. Like, there's small houses and, like, signs of life on it, but not as much as you'd expect.
Maybe there's a wireless signal. Try tracking.
Alright, that sounds like that'd be hack.
Yeah.
So how would you pick up this signal? This signal's probably encrypted, hidden, and being maybe blocked or maybe disrupted by the mountain. How would you get to it to describe how you're using the skill?
I mean, with the data start, go start checking the strength of the signal, so not even tracking the exact signal, just, oh, there's like more noise here in some more narrower bands. Like, oh, there's some like Wi-Fi signal here you can connect with, but the signal is here, therefore.
So you're just cycling through like different like frequency bands and stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, sure, roll.
Nope.
What'd you get?
3, 4, 5. I'll go to 5.
Well, that's not great. No, I'm afraid not. Unless you have like a tool that would give you a bonus.
Data slab.
Is it a good data slab?
I mean, I put it in myself, so I guess it's good.
So like you built it yourself?
Yeah.
Being like a fixer guy?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll give that to you. I'll give you the bonus to get the briefest threshold, but mark it down. You got like a data slab. Your data slab is like handcrafted by you and shit.
I mean, yeah, it's built in, yeah.
Well, yeah, just make a note of it. Might come up. Might be important. Yeah, alright. After a couple hours of him searching around, trying to pick up a signal, you eventually find something on radio chatter.
Cool.
Sounds like mandate, what's the word I'm looking for? Not Morse code, because that's so very specific. But, you know, mandate military beeps.
Yeah. I think we've got some signal here. Okay, so maybe on this side of the mountain we'll find something.
Alright, investigating around there, you can basically decipher the mandate noise that's giving out to tell you kind of how to check for the signal. And yeah, there's a network being broadcast here still.
Cool. So I guess that's something I could try connecting wirelessly while still searching for some entrance around here.
Sure. Connecting to it requires authorization, though. That's what you're finding.
I'm guessing it's a network made by an AI person, so I can just like use my special AI powers.
You give it a try.
Sure.
What power are you using, just for the listeners?
Let's see. Native hacker. So commit process for the day to automatically succeed any hacking-based skill not opposed by another AI or directed against AI designed security.
Alright, yeah, commit it, and yeah, that'll let you in.
Cool.
You're able to get into basically the network.
Cool.
Yeah, it looks like this is not like local access, but it's like the network for like the structure built around the mountain.
Okay. So I start poking around there, seeing whether I can find some maps I can overlay with our orbital scans of the area.
Yeah, there's a root directory that's full of kind of like basic information about all the different systems plugged in. It's Internet of Things. It's PAN. It's Personal Area Network. Yeah. And yeah, that kicks in, and there is surface entrances around here.
Cool.
You basically can trigger them to begin deploying.
Yep.
All right, the side of the mountain you guys are near, where there's some like cricks coming down from the cut mountain into the stream, begin opening and separating and kind of lifting up. Shattering the mountain and like breaking the structure off, and opens up kind of like it folds out and up, and it looks like it's a tube.
Cool.
It's big enough for it's probably big enough for the equivalent of a double-decker bus to drive through.
Well, we found our entrance.
Yeah, good work.
Let's go.
You enter the cave. The Caves of Steel. No, the Caves of Steel.
The land of brass and shadow. Okay.
Alright, the interior looks very Earth military. Like, it has, like, the stonework has lanterns suspended from it, there's metal reinforcements, there's military spray painting everywhere, and the floor is plated and smoothed into roadwork so that vehicles, like, not even grav vehicles, like rubber wheel vehicles can come on through. Like, if you've ever watched Stargate SG-1, it looks very much like the Cheyenne Mountain Complex. And yeah, you're in a large parkade. This place has vehicles, construction vehicles, military, like personnel movers, what looks like big haulers for spare parts, and some grab vehicles.
Cool.
All of them look like they've been like ripped open and stripped. Like there's parts lying around, and there's like flatbeds of material that have like parts that have been sorted onto them.
I mean, presumably after this scream, people still use this complex for a while to get some.
Just looking at it, it's recent, within the last like year.
Huh.
I would say it's probably all of them scavenging parts.
Probably. I mean, that's why you probably had those corpses
Drones,
there, because yeah, you wanted probably they come here for parts.
Yeah, it looks like a good deal of vehicles here have been like stripped down for bits, and those bits are missing, like power cores and stuff.
Oh, makes so much sense. Okay. I guess we continue on searching.
Sure, there is a large rickety service elevator that looks like it only goes down.
Well,
Guess we're going down.
good enough for a start.
Okay, you need a key card to open it.
Do your thing, Mr. Hackman.
I mean, we go always search around. Basically, there's someone left any keycards around. Like, hey, we use this all the time.
There are no bodies around with key cards, unfortunately.
What do you mean, boss? I mean, like, if the people are scavenging here, then maybe they just leave their whatever gear they need to get in around.
Okay. Given this place a look around, you're not able to find stuff like that, which might indicate that they have it with them.
Okay, well, I don't recall the bodies having anything of interest on them, so probably some other people. I mean...
Oh yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, not them.
So yeah, it is a magnetic card scanner with a punch pad.
Well...
It's analog.
Can't you just trick it with magnets?
I mean...
It's a dumb machine that likes magnets.
I mean, I've got what do you call those things?
A gun?
Sort of. What do you call those tools for like fixing stuff?
Toolkit?
Toolkit?
Probably toolkit, yeah. I think it's called something special. But yeah, so yeah.
You have a magic toolkit.
Yeah, magic toolkit. Tech toolkit.
An omni tool?
Toolkit.
Yeah.
Okay, run fix. Because all you gotta do is bypass the magnetic lock and pin. Oh my god, that's so much rolling. It's so
13.
high number. Alright, yeah, you're able to bypass it all and just call the elevator.
Ding.
Yeah. Takes a while to come on up.
Runs deep. Or
Yup.
slow.
It opens up and there's half of a body in there.
Oh.
The better half.
Top half.
The better half.
There's old, rusty, like, blood on the door as it opens.
So this has been how long has the body been dead for?
6
I'm a
months.
doctor. Okay.
The dude is wearing medieval peasant clothing and has his eye replaced with an actual, like, brass ball. It's, like, it's not magic or technology or anything.
He just put it in there to not have an empty socket.
Yeah, it's not even like a whole ball either. It's just to make it look like he has a brass eyeball. And has, like, tattooing around him like a cog.
I mean, wouldn't brass be bad? Isn't the
Wouldn't brass be bad? No! These fucking fantasy people ramming metal into them that makes them crazy or sick? No!
Savages. Okay. Well, I guess we take the body and put it aside.
Probably got, I guess, caught in the elevator.
Yeah, the legs aren't here. They probably hauled that away.
Oh, I assumed it was down there.
Could be.
I guess it depends on where this part of the body is. Is it slumped against the back, or is it right?
No, his torso is like lying like so the cut open end is facing the doors.
Okay, probably it was somewhere below. I pat him down, see whether he has any magnetic cards.
Yeah, he has like a thing on him that's like been, it's like a mag card, but it's been like put in like a thing that makes it look like a badge, or makes it look like a war medal. Like it's been enshrined and made to look cool.
I break open the
garbage.
The garbage. And
take the plastic card out.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind the orb, right?
I mean, there's not an eye.
You want me to pry it open for you, Hickson?
Because like if I was gonna hide something and I had an empty eye socket, I might just do that.
I know, but no, there is not.
Okay, good.
Good instinct, though.
Clever.
It's a solid instinct. Even Mr. Genocide says that. Solid instinct.
I don't know if I like that compliment coming from someone with that name.
Genocidal instinct.
Yeah. Da 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 da. I'm gonna have a bad time.
I'm glad I never had a bad time.
Alright, you guys get into the elevator, and it gives off that kind of groan that's overweight because of Mrs. Crucifix and her, hands are tack. And down you go.
Creaking.
Do you say anything to her about it?
Well,
You don't comment on a woman's weight.
let's not jump in this elevator.
Oh, I'll be fine. I can't be hurt by falls.
That's nice.
I fucking thought so.
What? What did you think? What did you thought?
That way gonna let her down? Give her up?
No, I was just trying to figure out why you're calling them a Hanser.
It's like a thing from Deus Ex. It's slang for a person who's a cyborg. It's like a Panzer tank.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to say Panzer, and I was like,
No.
Pansy.
Hanser's a slang derivative of Panzer. It's a tank, because it's a human tank, because they're a cyborg.
Then why not just call them Panzers?
Because Hanser, it's the slang.
Oh, Deus Ex.
Jesus Christ. The elevator goes down many floors.
Bum, 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 bum.
Before it gets to the bottom, groans, and opens up. And yeah, there's the legs.
oh god.
There they are. They're not like lying on the floor though. They were like at the top, and when the elevator came down and opened up, they kind of just fell because like he got brought up and then cut in half.
Yeah. Well, pocket check.
It looks like he had like a hammer and screwdriver on him and stuff, and like analog tools.
Junk.
You have better ones anyway, so.
Exactly.
Good
It's more advanced down here. The walls are plated in metal. There's like lights going through here that are still up and running. They're flickering ominously, and there's like large scoring and scratches all in the interior of here.
Cool.
There's huge pockmarks on the inside. There's installations on the top that used to have things mounted that have been ripped out, and like slagged metal on the ground that have long since burned.
So I'm guessing those were the defenses. Someone went through and took those guns and put them probably into something more useful. Well, at least that's good. We continue on.
Alright. Yeah, it basically branches out into a full military complex here. Rooms built into the stonework and or the mountainside, like branching tunnels and stuff. Oh, Mr. Genocide. It's like, computers, let's go.
That's
What?
He like plugs it into your computer and gives you a map.
Oh.
cool.
How do you see my map from here?
Because he went to the
The
space
elevator.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, what?
I have it in my head, Funk. I've mapped this entire thing. With dust nanites.
Right. Okay, so main places to check out. There is, of course, an armory. There are barracks. There's a central command center. There's like a maintenance area for like the warheads and stuff. There's like the network closet, as it's labeled, but it's not a closet, it's an entire room for the operating system and the intelligence and the many, many redundancy systems.
Cool.
So, how do you guys want to handle this?
Well, we could just go to where the AI is, or the VI is, and check how operational it is and whether we can interface with it.
Yeah, we probably want to at least check it out.
Yeah. Then again, that might be the most defended place.
That would make sense as well. But we're gonna have to check it out anyways, like...
Yeah.
It might attack us if we don't deal with it, so...
Yeah, we don't want to run another Mouth of Triumph scenario here.
About the Triumph, the ship you were on, Lancelot de Locke.
Oh, I didn't know that's what the ship was called, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's a good name. I didn't know what it's from.
I just made it up.
But I just didn't recognize it.
I mean, we referenced it back in the last episode when we were changing into the Mouth of Triumph. Okay. So,
where do you go?
probably the network closet.
Alright, you guys start heading towards there. Along the way, you find clear signs of combat. Like, there are those copper zombie drones just all over the place. A lot of them have been damaged from firearms, like actual metal casing bullets.
It would make sense to me that these are also older because they hadn't moved the body from directly in front of the door. So it seems like everything here happened at least about 6 months ago, right?
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of these guys have machine gunned through. As you go deeper to the network closet, there are large holes in the ceiling and floor that have just where the metal has just been blown open or melted.
What kind of weapon does that?
What kind of experts are you guys?
Fix.
I have fix, I have know and notice, I have
Both have shoot.
if that would help.
Shoot! Roll shoot. You're going to use your encyclopedic knowledge of weaponry.
So wisdom and shoot.
2d6.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an 11.
9.
Yeah, you guys rolled basically the same. So what'd you guys both get?
11.
I mean, if it's shoot and wisdom, then just 9.
You got your shoot score, right? It's 0?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the damage to the zombies is clearly like automated turrets that you guys have seen from like, backwards worlds. Military grade, Gatling guns, that sort of thing. Turrets. The damage to the floor and ceiling is acid.
Oh, shit.
Xenomorphs.
What kind of... Oh, right. Shit. Oh, man, I didn't even consider that possibility.
I mean, if it's older, then maybe there was some xenomorph that came in here, then it got exploded by bullets.
But this is only from 6 months ago.
I mean, those boys were 6 months ago. Maybe this is older?
How old is this fight?
Or this hole?
The whole, yeah, you guys can probably date it using the technology you have on hand. The damage does look maybe 6-7 months old.
That's so young.
I mean, the Predators came in here generations ago. I think the generation. So
This was probably in here, and then Dickface from the sky tried to loot this place and got all his shit shot up. And had to abandon it.
Got them shot to shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, hope we won't find any eggs, though. We have to burn this place down.
Or xenomorphs. Or anything. Hey, I'm gonna walk in the middle of the line.
That's fine. Well, the few people that can get facehuggers here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful butterfly.
Oh man.
You're actually the only party member that can get facehuggered.
That's terrifying. So that they probably can tell. Which means they're gonna go for me.
The most squishiest and juiciest.
Oh, you'll give birth to a psychic alien.
Oh no.
That's not great. That's not great when that happens.
Probably means it can heal itself too and shit if it takes on like the
If it grabs
abilities I
biopsionics.
specifically have.
No, it'll probably just have meta dimensional energy like genes in it.
I mean, metasonic alien. To go like, oh yeah.
There's a term for that. They're called zootropes.
I cloak myself from psychers so they can't see me. The fucking, precogs can't foresee me because I'm fucking meta. Oh. Well, shit. I guess if it comes down to it, we'll just have to kill Hickson.
To kill you.
Yeah, that's also like, that's like that. Oh, we'll just kill Gaius. What?
What?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This is getting more fun by the minute.
Zoanthrope.
What's that from?
What?
That word.
Zoanthrope.
Tyranids. The fetal psychic Tyranids are called zoanthropes. And that is the word they use for xenomorphs if you get into the xenomorph community, where people track them and track their life cycle. Small, creepy cults that keep track of these horrible boogeymen. The term is a zoanthrope.
So they do.
They're psychic. That's all that they really need to do.
Not only are they fucking already xenomorphs, but they're also psychic.
It gets worse if a queen infects the psyker.
Oh no.
Peacock queen with,
It
telekinesis.
gets worse if a queen facehugger grabs a psyker. Gets access to the genome.
Oh, Zerg. Overminds.
Yeah, xenomorphs aren't... From what information you have, because you probably have that because you're a far trader, so you probably have like billions of terabytes of information or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah, like you have books. So
Petabytes.
how xenomorphs work is by pheromones and scent.
Uh-huh.
And zoanthropes are psychic, so they actually starts connecting the hive into an actual psychic hive mind, which means it can planet-wide react to problems.
Oh, man.
And eventually they'll learn how to teleport.
Maybe. No one knows. No one's seen one in living memory.
So, like, the only way they infect you is through your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, any hole will do.
I was like, even if I have, like, a gas or something, they can pierce through that. That's not gonna help.
Oh yeah.
Acid.
That's really scary.
Yeah, it is. But hey, you'll be dead, so it won't matter. Unless the zoanthrope picks up your personality when it becomes one. Then you're
Bizarre.
then it'll be like the movie Dreamcatcher. It was a movie about an alien killing a guy, but he's living inside his body and his brain, so it copied the dude's personality into its own head. So while the alien's going around like murdering people with his face and stuff, he's trapped inside the alien's mind because it's pulling information out of him, which he's visualized as like a cabin or his old home. So he's like hiding in rooms and keeping it locked, and the thing's stalking, trying to get at him and rip more information out of him.
That's extra horrifying. Thanks for that.
I mean, that'll be a really interesting character to play. Hey guys, I'm the xenomorph now.
Look, I'm lame now.
Alien and Terminator, the game.
It's like an alien isolation when you see the xenomorph for the first time in the game. And it's
And
like,
you're
oh,
like,
this
oh.
is lame. Look at its little high heels. Look at this fucking Muppet crawling around, killing people with its double mouth. This is dumb. Good times, gang. I'm gonna offload this file.
Salty.
And we're back with a new soundtrack for the revelation that you might be in a bug nest.
Oh, man.
Welcome to your tape.
Welcome to your tape. We should make fun of the subject, but 13 Reasons Why already did.
Fucking Lord.
They certainly didn't pay enough attention. Or they certainly didn't treat it with the respect it deserved. Anyway, enough about 13 Reasons Why. Yeah, so that's there. Acid burn on the floor.
Definitely taking the middle of the line.
I'm just waiting for one of the two mercenaries to just splitting up.
To cover more ground.
Cover more ground so we can get out of here faster.
Let's split 4 ways so we cover even more ground.
The only problem is I would split the party because
Oh.
it doesn't make sense for us two to split together than them to split together. They're the combat characters.
Get fucked.
Oh my god.
Okay, we continue on. Guns at the ready. So we shoot Hickson in case he gets infected.
It's like, wait, what was the last part?
And then like the merc's like, whoa, let's not be hasty.
So I'm gonna suggest when he's telling this, let's take this, see a perfect weapon, and bring it to our home.
Cry. Psyker got infected by it. Hey, doesn't come along very often. Look on your face, Nicole. You can't see it, listeners, but the look on Nicole's face.
Do I need to attach a dead man's switch mine to my skull?
You haven't already? It's a scary world out there.
I mean, there was a Predator computer thingy right there. If you've taken it with you with the thermonuclear device. I wish to explode.
As soon as last session you were talking about fucking with it, I'm like, oh my god, Peter. What is with you and suicide via explosion?
I mean...
Explodocide.
My character has a backup. I'm fine.
All I want to do is die by an explosion.
I don't want you to let me die by explosion, Devin.
Good times.
We explore further.
Alright, you keep going down. There's eventually, it inclines a bit because the place wasn't built completely level. And there's more signs of damage, scraping, bullet holes in the walls and stuff. It looks like this place has been fairly peppered. And as you kind of round a bend, there is a large security door that's been triple, double sealed with damage all over it. And 4 turrets built into the ceiling, wall, and floor that are out and have their light blinking, like a little motion sensor.
Which means that they're operational.
Yes!
Is there a way for you to wirelessly hack?
I mean, I presume so?
If they're on a network and not just on a motion sensor.
Yeah, if they're not hardened and stuff like that.
Do we have, stuff we can make go and make it waste all its bullets? These are the bullet ones, right? Presumably they have a limited amount of bullets.
Unless there's a matter replicator into their feet belts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Those would be, tier 5 parts.
He takes out a gun he has as a part of him, and he kind of just points to the butt of the gun where there's clearly a replicator. It's
Those are useful.
Yeah, they are. They're great. What else would you do with them?
Make your ship go further.
Hmm.
That's what we did.
This is all you, Gaius.
Mr. Genocide puts up his hand, and it's fine. It's probably an expert system on a motion sensor. They're not going to have deep penetrating scanners. So he kind of just puts his finger into his mouth and puts on his active camo to disappear.
Right.
And he just turns the corner, and you hear gunfire. And he kind of turns around back with holes in him, on his armor and stuff, breaking his cloak. They have more advanced scanners than I anticipated.
Excellent. Would you like to fix him up?
I'm fine. His face has Terminator marks showing under his skin and stuff, and there's dents in his body. He's it's fine. It'll fix on its own.
I mean, we've got a biosonic right here.
It was great. Well, he goes down the corner, comes back. Nope, more advanced.
I guess we haven't brought any grenades with us.
Mrs. Crucifix Guy just perks up.
I mean, it would be worth a shot.
She kind of stares at the wall where the bend happens, and her shoulder cannon folds around, unfolds, and deploys. And Mr. Genocide kind of wirelessly transmits his video to her of what he saw with his eyes, so she can kind of get a trajectory. And if there's a VR overlay, you can see her set up the golfing shot to try and just bounce it off the U-bend back into there. And yeah, she just kind of aims and fires, and it makes an artillery sound that echoes through. So do you guys have ear protection? Do you have ear protection, Hickson?
When I heard the word grenade, I probably plugged my ears.
You don't have maybe headphones that you would come with if you were in firefights often. Be an experienced fire trader.
I mean, yes, then?
Okay, so no, you put on your headphones and don't get tinnitus. Mom.
Grenades in the closed space, those are the worst.
Yeah, they are. Anyway, she starts firing ordnance at them. And yeah, probably 3 salvos. And that echoes through this entire facility, by the way.
Oh no. Oh,
That's
guys.
nice.
That was a bad idea.
I mean, at least we were at the choke point.
Facehugger, the choke point.
Not Vader or whatever, but he doesn't have, telekinesis yet.
Mr. Genocide goes to the wall, and like from his hand, like a little camera comes out, and he just kind of goes around the corner to check. I think we're clear.
Perfect.
You guys round the corner, and it's like partially collapsed. The door's been blown inward to reveal another door. The turrets have been shredded.
Cool.
There's still like hot slag and metal, and like bullets that clearly went off when the explosions were happening, going all over.
Nice. Let's check the turret where they have those mother replicators.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so as that reading's going down, are you guys like... Do you have anything set up to like hear for things? Do you have any sort of reaction going on?
Years. Oh my god.
Are you aware of your environment?
Yes?
Alright, you should not even need to roll then, because it's not important. Because it's not important whether or not you hear it, because you'll just hear it. There's a animal sound echoing through the corridors. You put on your suicide helmet.
Scary.
Dixon, no, you don't have a backup. You're not transhuman yet.
Quick, drink the juice that melts your bones if you get face-huggered. It's in your med kit.
Don't worry. In like a couple weeks, someone very much like me will show up. I want you to give them all my gear.
Don't worry, the new ship is on a shared lease between the two of us, so it's the last survivor. It'll be good. Won't have to share with any of your family.
Send all of my assets to this new person. Not my family and not the Psychic Academy. They can get fucked.
I'll be dead. I'll stop caring about them.
Yeah, I'll be dead, so I won't care. So just give it to this new person you hang out with. I got a good feeling about them. I have a premonition.
Take this little frozen new baby queen, leave it on the sacred planet, and just let it loose.
Oh god!
The whole academy has been assimilated.
No, that'd be so scary. It's a prison planet, just like the
Third Alien movie.
Uh,
See, that's what we call a hell world.
and then I can find myself to the AI core, like, my baby.
That'd be the worst too, yeah, because it's not only a prison planet, but there's one section of it that's a psychic prison planet. Oh man.
Perfect.
Anyway, you're checking the turrets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so none of them have matter replicators built into them, but they were being fed like from a central source. So if you spend time carving your way through the floor to the belt feeder, because there's one thing that we're feeding all the belts, you can find the ammunition replicator.
Ooh, cool. Take.
You're gonna need I don't know what kind of. Do you have like really good tools built into you?
Yeah, I have again the TL4 fixer tools, plus shear rifle for cutting things.
Shear rifle might blow it up.
Monoblade for.
Yeah, you can kind of hatch it. If you ask Mrs. Crucifix for help, she's like a Decepticon. She can help you. Alright, so you two, you and Mr. Genocide, are worried about the xenomorph and the door you've blown open. You and Mrs. Crucifix, she puts her shovel hand in and starts wrenching out floor space and basically pulls it out like a potato with like the wires and the various power taps as the roots, and just kind of holds it while you pull the parts you want out of it.
Perfect.
And she just drops it.
Here, just like, plug that into like my stomach, and then if I get face huggered, it'll just keep replicating bullets until it explodes.
Open your med kit and you grab the bottle labeled juice that melts your bones if you ever get face huggered.
I mean, in some of there's like digestive sealant that you take if you like go to some primitive plants, like here, drink this thing that we'd always drink. Like, oh no, I don't want to get poisoned.
It turns your stomach into a Ziploc bag, so later on you just cough it out.
Yeah,
Wow.
perfect. Take that.
Stupid locals. Pretty sure the facehugger embryo will take the xenomorph embryo will take care of that.
Yeah, probably.
Chew its way through on its way to chest burst you.
If it's smart enough.
If it has a good enough instinct. The perfect organism.
I mean, maybe the previous house was kind of subpar.
Slow host at play.
I mean, could have been just a pretend human.
Anyway, the first
right.
door has been blown open. Like it's been like you can go in and kind of just start wrenching it and using your monoblade to carve in.
Perfect.
But it's gonna take time. Probably at this rate, maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright. The time starts passing. It's no rule. Yeah, okay. It's not great.
I don't like that roll.
Was it low or high?
It was a high roll. High number.
That's good. That means many minutes to wait. Just kidding. We're doomed.
Let's use heavy weapons.
It worked.
That's what that cannon is. That cannon's like a vehicle weapon, basically. Like it's an armature built into her because her cybernetic stuff is her being a mech suit.
So she has a hard point that's like, oh, you can
Yeah,
use
she has
this
a hard point, and she used it for a heavy weapon.
Take a weapon of higher class than you normally would.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a little vehicle.
Yeah. Limited ammunition.
Type B power cells.
Yeah.
I have a spare.
Well, like, not for energy weapons, for like ordnance, shredder rounds and stuff, rockets.
Replica component. Plug.
With time, that's possible.
Yeah.
You just need a kit and everything, and you just be like, and she's like, firing upward because they're homing missiles. I have the power of 1,000 suns.
That's nice.
Walking around with like smokestacks coming to your back that do nothing but fire missiles. Like a Minecraft server gone miss.
I have to show you this.
All right, let's pause while Nicole shows us something that isn't directly relevant to this. All right, we're back. So yeah, you guys are able to get the interior door, like the exterior door open, and there's an interior door that's also plated and defended.
You have a laser cutter.
Speaking of lasers, there is a laser grid separating you from the door.
What beats lasers? Mirrors?
Shear rifle. Where it cuts it into perfect pieces. And eventually, shred it all around.
You're going to try and destroy the emitters?
Yeah.
Alright, the emitters are hardened, so it's going to take time to blow through them.
TL5 weapon.
Yep, TL5 tech.
Good.
I'm standing between both of the NPCs that are major combat. Peter Mind having a gun in my mouth the entire time.
Peter Mind, your character's standing around with a gun in your mouth, ready to die.
But I am looking back at the hallway we came through. My God.
Suicide, listeners. Not out of anything except fear of becoming facehuggered.
It's really scary. Plus, then there's gonna be psychic xenomorphs and stuff. It's.
I mean, that's post facehuggery, so you wouldn't care.
But I kind of do.
Nah, you're good. You live in a universe that let you get facehuggered. You don't care.
So you just replay this and just fall backwards and there's some battlefield molten metal with a thing bursting out of you.
I just imagine being a kiddie pool with warm water in it. You're like, I'm dying. You're lazy.
Salt water.
My skin's drying up.
Yeah. It's too dramatic for the xenomorph
Just fall
embryo.
down into warm water because you're from a cold planet there.
Anyway, you definitely hear noise coming down the opposite end of the hallway. And the ordnance did a lot of damage to the light emitters, so the lights are going out.
Flicker, flicker.
That is so not okay.
And Mr. Genocide and Mrs. Crucifix are fine. They have cyber eyes.
Quick, make a human sandwich, guys. You guys are the bread.
And you the toast.
While you're while Bishop over here.
Oh my god.
So you have the NPCs cover you while Bishop over here using his gravity gun starts cutting his way through the laser fence.
Yep.
You hear something skittering, kiting against metal.
Is it on the other side of the door that we're trying to go through?
No, it's coming from the hallway that you have your back up against.
I was like, are we gonna cut through the door and immediately be like, jump scared?
There's an aliens on the other side. We open the thing up, they jump right at us.
But yeah, the lights have gone out.
Oh boy, I'm sure we have flashlights. I'll throw the flashlight on my iPad.
Oh, that's a shaky cam movie.
You got a flashlight, but it only takes only flashes when you're taking photos. And
Crucifix has a shoulder, chest mounted light that she clicks on, so now it's like flashlight vision.
Guys, I'm an Iron Man.
My gun's out.
Alright. Something's clicking its way, it's close, it's at the bend. Well,
I'm looking at the ceiling, by the way.
That's
I'm
good.
not an idiot.
It's good.
Big luck.
You guys have seen the movie exists. It's something that when Far Traders go on their first voyage into jump space, and it's going to be a long time in jump space, a lot of them, traditionally will watch whatever version of the Alien movies exist in the future. Whatever recreations or retellings are there. Kind of like how the people up in the Arctic, when winter sets in and the planes can't come up for months on end, they'll watch all the Thing movies at the station where it was filmed.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Do humans have an inherent death wish?
Because it's funny.
So, in case it happens, you know what to do or not to do.
In case it happens. Everyone died in the movie.
Oh,
Wilford Brimley died.
that's nice. So, not to do.
Anyway, you're cutting. You're just sawing your way through with your gravity gun.
Yep.
Anyway, it's the bend of the corridor that you guys are standing watching. You hear clicking, kiting against metal, and like a shallow, aggressive breathing, like the sound of things clicking against each other. Because of the lights that are down that corridor too, every once in a while flashes and backlights a bit. So every once in a while you catch a shape that's being shadowed from the top of the ceiling onto the bend that you guys are staring at in profile, like a movie shot, and you see something spidery and lobstery silhouetted against your corridor, upside down on the ceiling, just kind of moving its head like it's smelling. You can't see it, you're seeing its shadow.
Oh.
You don't see it, you see the hint of it.
1 second here. I'm gonna roll
Initiative?
Morale?
Okay, I got a 16. That's probably good, right?
Yeah.
On morality, not break and freak out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start shooting at the shadow if I'm rolling low, and then...
There's a lot of detail, but you see the head section open up like it's bisected, and a smaller mandible come out like it's tasting the air like a serpent. You hear dripping, like the saliva and the kind of resin they excrete from their exoskeleton hit the floor around you.
And the hissing sound as it hits the floor, and it's just...
Their saliva isn't acid, it's resin. It's how they make the nests. It's their interior stuff that's acid.
Like,
Fun fact.
Termites.
Yes.
Just built those...
Yeah. Yeah, the way it moves its head, it's like it's smelling the air or detecting what's around, and just starts to recede back.
I smell a lot of fear, but I also smell a lot of gunpowder.
And the lights flicker again, and the shadow's there. They're gone.
I do not want to be facehuggered. That is not a thing that I would like to happen in my life. I don't want to die that way.
Guys has another probably 2 or 3 minutes of cutting ahead of him.
Oh my god, this is so slow!
He's using it. It's like the gravity rifle looks like an invisible but kind of visible waveform, almost like a black hole if it was flattened, firing against the laser grid in the dark light.
God.
And silence as well.
Yeah, it's silent, but the damage it's making isn't. But yeah, time passes, and now you start to hear a click and a grinding sound from inside the walls.
Oh!
Oh, it's going from the other side.
No, like where you guys are standing, you hear it coming from the side and bottom of the wall.
Is there any vents
Oh, everywhere. This is an
Oh,
underground mountain complex.
They have to
these
invent
underground
it.
mountain complexes are never built with aliens in mind.
Nope. The vents are man-sized because vampires were the architects.
What?
So they can crawl through the vents and drink people's blood when they're asleep.
Clever.
But like,
That's why people never question why vents are man-sized. Vampires are the architects, and they're just like, no, vents just have to be man-sized. It's just a normal thing.
Lord.
Lord. Why do you think vents are man-shaped? Because vampires are architects. And it's like, oh, this apartment building has all these, like, maintenance ducts and stuff. Why are they man-shaped? How can they support a whole full adult child? And the architect's like, oh, it is the nature of physics and the triangle.
So a full-grown bat can fly through.
Yeah, they don't say it like that. And people don't question it. It's like how people don't question why circumcision exists, even though it's like a cultural thing that has no purpose.
Because
That's why vents are man-shaped. Vampires are involved in the culture.
Because Kellogg's. The guy
Yeah.
with Kellogg's cornflakes.
Asshole.
Anyway, getting back on focus. Man-sized air ducts on, like, all four, like, ceiling, floor, and the walls. They have their own separate ducts that all hooked together.
It's time for piggyback.
Just crawling on its yourself. Mrs. Suicide, please strap me on your back. I'll be shooting on your back, covering you.
I do not want to be strapped on anyone, because then if they fall over, I'm stuck.
Oh my god, then you have to, like...
I'll be stuck while it's trying to get towards me or whatever.
You're struggling to get the buckles off and to get the harness off.
Right.
And, like, the tool to cut is just over there. You're trying to reach, and it's getting closer.
God.
It just skittered, like, out of reach, your gun. You're trying to get to it so you can shoot the webbing off.
And for some reason, the legs stopped working.
Oh my god.
What a nightmare.
What a season.
What a season. But yeah, there's a vent, like there's like grating and stuff on either side of the metal pathway, and you can hear something moving directly under your feet, and you see one of the grates tip up slightly and then go down.
This is spooky. You should hurry up.
Gaius lights his dipstick on the last laser and then cuts that off. Okay, now there's the second door.
Aww.
And yeah, when the grate went up, you saw like something spiky kind of lift through one of the squares and then go down, almost like the tail, or those ridges they have.
I want to shoot it.
Oh, you want to shoot it? You want to start the combat?
Roll.
Is this happening, Nicole?
Yeah, I don't think I can not shoot it. Like,
You're just too wired?
this is really scary, and it's like right there.
So Genocide offers you some meth to calm you down.
Then I'll be too chilled to care that I'm getting face huggers.
And then it'll be born on meth. It'll be a meth baby. A psychic meth xenomorph.
That poor thing. Scratchy, scratchy. Sure, that's
Yeah, yeah, that's what you want. A xenomorph that acts like it's on crocodile. Crocodile.
Just make sure to count your ammo in case you run out. Click, click, click.
There's an ammo counter on your gun.
How many ammo do I have?
Oh no! All right, let's
10
pause.
for
'Cause here we go.
Laser pistol.
All right, what kind of gun do you have, Hickson?
Laser pistol.
Okay, how much damage did you do?
I did 6 damage.
All right, not all of that went to it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, your gun heats up and creates light as you fire at the grating, which they very carefully were not putting light on to attract its attention. It goes through the grating, sizzles the floor, and you hear it, like you hear the sound the laser makes when it, like, hits a mirror or fracks or gets diluted. Like that kind of weird muffled sizzle. And then a screech and a spray of acid comes out of the grate.
I scream and jump out of the way.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, I try.
Yeah. So since you did 3 damage, everyone in the area takes 1 acid, except...
Gaius.
Actually, none of you. Only you. Here's how this works. 1/3 of the damage you do to the xenomorph does acid damage to everyone in 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
For every 1 point of your AC is above 14, you can ignore a point of that acid damage, because it's just eating into your AC.
Cool.
So that's everyone but you, because the soldiers have much better AC than you do.
Yeah,
Same with you, like it sprays you.
Okay.
Just like your cloak, like your coat, like your internal armor just kind of melts a bit, neutralizes.
Yeah, my AC's 13. It's not that great. That's with armor.
Yeah. So you took the initiative, and now it's time to roll initiative.
Ooh, it's a 9.
How do you roll initiative, Peter? I forgot.
D8, not Dex modifier.
D8.
1.
I rolled a 1. I probably got scared, and I'm scared because also I got shot by acid, so that's pretty horrifying.
So how about murder and mismurder?
The murder people? Not much better.
Okay.
Plus Dex, right?
Yep.
Okay, so they got 3. They're not high Dex characters, even the blade guy, even the razor guy.
Probably the Xenomorph is a high Dex character, though.
Yes. So, who got 3? Raise your hand. Who got higher than 3?
9.
Oh, you actually rolled a number. Okay, you're going first. You're kind of through the door, and Hickson has opened fire on the grate, and you hear a sound, an animal sound.
Well, I guess instead of putting my gun that way, I stop for a second, turn around, and fire towards where the perturbation is.
You wheel around and fire at the same area in the floor.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
You're gonna make me get splished by acid!
Yeah.
Oh!
Splish splash.
Splish splash. Let's see. 13.
AC 18.
No.
No.
I miss. With my sheer rifle going in burst mode, just like cutting the grating all around.
Yeah, it opens it up a bit more.
With the pieces silently falling down.
It would be really funny if this character dies, and then when next season starts, I make a new character.
Wouldn't be terrible.
It wouldn't be terrible, actually. I'd probably build a more combat character.
Lessons. The Ludo narrative has incentivized you to change how you play.
Oh my.
Oh no!
You're getting better at the game.
That's actually exactly it, too.
The game taught you that combat's more important than
exploration and, some of that, but it's like, no, you need to have combat so you don't die. That's what the mechanics are telling me.
Yeah.
I've started with, 3 hit points. He started with 1 hit point. That's bullshit. Literally 1 hit point. Oh my god.
Looking forward to shock damage.
Oh no, I forgot!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is it?
If you take a certain amount of damage above your AC, you start dying.
No. Shock damage is when someone's in a melee character, it's in melee range with you, and they miss, they might hit you anyway with just, shock damage.
Damage that knocks you out.
Plus also, if they're melee character and you're using guns and they're in melee range, you get penalties for shooting.
I don't have melee weapons.
It's gonna get into melee range.
I specifically don't ever want to be in melee range, so I didn't think to take a weapon for it. I might have a hunting knife in my survival kit, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to stumble it out in time.
There's
and I also doubt it would do anything to a fucking xenomorph.
I do like the idea that on the xenomorph there's a spigot labeled. Oh, is it falling? No. Oh, it's just cars outside. There's a spigot labeled "Juice that'll end your suffering." Yeah. So, who's the next initiative? After 9, what did you get?
I got a 1.
Oh man. Okay, so the mercs got 3. The xenomorph also got a 2. The dex modifier only goes up from 1 to 3, so
yeah,
it's not that big.
Good enough.
Yeah, it might have a perk for initiative. Actually, if I use its skill rating, which isn't a terrible idea because it's a monster, it got a 4. So it's going. So you're there, and the shear rifle and your laser lit it up enough and at the shear rifle happening, Mrs. Crucifix actually turns on her light because this is happening now, and she has to live with it. The grating falls apart as you can see it there, clicking its mandible in that kind of seizure-y way, staring with its featureless black chitinous head directly at your group, and it explodes out of the grating as the Nicole made the motion of shooting herself in the mouth. Good lord.
I mean, it's the facehugger.
It'll take you away to a nest and turn you into an egg like an alien.
It is a smart drone, yeah. So you might not die yet.
That doesn't sound like a thing I want to be alive for.
A drone left alone eventually molts into a queen.
That's nice.
Eventually, if it gets enough material and pheromones and like the proper kinds of like chemicals into its system from the environment.
Hickson, how many pheromones do you have on you?
How many pheromones do you have? In your medkit juice that turns xenomorph drones into queens? Why would they include this? Anyway, you can see in its full, like, you can't even see all of it because of the lighting and stuff and the flickering and the debris, but it's a serpentine, almost dragon body with like spindly chitinous limbs and like almost like smokestack shunts coming out of its back that are all like small and sharp and bladed. With metal teeth and metal things growing out of it.
As it pounds you, the light flickers from the back so you can see the nice outline.
And that large snake-like tail with the metal blade growing out of it from whatever causes these things' life cycle. It explodes out of the grate and attacks all three of you. So probably going to go for the... Yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hit. Oh no.
He gets 4 attacks?
Yes.
That's
at
nice.
plus 10 to hit.
I mean, if we die, the government's just be like, this is all bonus for us. We didn't even have to give up that fucking ship slot.
He'll live.
Oh, right, you're...
So wait, well, this should be like, we gotta leave.
Okay, everybody's dead. Just...
They're gone.
I'll chop it up to losses.
Oh, I gotta check something real quick, buddies. One moment. Okay, it jumps at Hickson and throws you to the ground under its many limbs. And as it does, like, it's basically like kicked you back into the grating hole. And then clambers over the tank woman who's clearly, you know, hurt. It's made of hurt. It knows what hurt is. And using downward force, puts its like rudimentary hands and claws and talons around Mr. Genocide's head and spins its entire body with its centrifugal force and removes his head and spinal column from his body, which you see being kicked backwards. You're seeing this happen in the lighting because everything's being moved around like a lamp being knocked over in the middle of a Jason Voorhees movie. So yeah, it uses its feet to grab the ceiling, and it just uses its hands to push down his shoulders and pulls his head and spinal column and a lot of his nervous system connections straight out while using the tail to go into the hole and just like debone him like a fish.
Oh my god.
The tail goes through some of the armor but catches on it, and that all that muscle strength is basically used to push his body away and slide it over to you.
Mr. Genocide, no.
And then it goes around the bend with its move action.
Wait, the body's in here with me now?
Yeah, like his severed head stump's there, just still moving, like with the last commands go to the electronic system. And
You can heal him.
Can you really heal him?
I can heal him!
Yes!
I can heal decapitation! I took
Oh my
that.
god, this is amazing!
I forgot I could do that!
But yeah, the expert system that pilots his body in the event that he gets incapacitated is jerking around, not sure what to do.
I mean, there is some...
Oh, and yeah, his blood's pouring out, but it's, you know, white. Like Bishop.
Okay, so...
Alright.
I can heal, but the best that can be done for such badly mangled targets, including decapitation, is stabilization. After which they must rest for 24 hours before any further hit points can be healed. So I can stabilize him, but the alien still exists, so I don't know how helpful that's going
He
to
might
be.
have some sort of combat stim or something like that, just like juice himself up.
Nope. Before any further hit points can be healed by biopsionics, stims, or natural rest. He cannot be healed extra, so if he gets hit again, he's just going to die again. I guess I could keep healing him, but... I mean, that doesn't seem to be useful.
Stop killing Judas!
I mean, he's only had so much system state left after all the, you know, cybernetics, so...
Oh, yeah, system strength.
I mean, his head and spinal column's gonna grow back normal.
Without the... Yeah, I guess
I mean,
it
it's
is.
part of him, so...
No, none of those cybernetics are gonna grow back.
It would be cool if, because I took the mech healing thing, too, if that would work.
Cool.
I don't want to imply that you can mass produce cyberware.
Fair.
Or you could just like put the head back together and just heal
Well,
it back
go
in
get the head then. Go get the head.
It took the half of the
Yeah,
of everything.
it's in its claws and skitters away with it. Not consciously, just because it's a critter.
Okay.
It's a critter. It likes to take things.
So,
Stealing.
I mean, I probably will.
Wait, but then later you just rip this head and spinal column out, put the old one in, and then you file stocks again.
So, like,
This is something else.
This is a new level of insane.
it's like I'm going to on my next
On
turn.
your turn, alright. Mrs. Crucifix wheels around, because now it's her turn and not the xenomorphs, and starts going around the corner after it.
Oh, she's separating the party.
Oh no. I guess it'll be just the two of us surviving.
Like, whenever hands opens up, it starts firing through the corridor.
That's nice. Excellent. What do you do?
Is it my turn?
We'll come back to Gaius.
Well, it looks like the door isn't going anywhere. I can't actually in the one turn. So I guess I'll just go also around the corridor and see whether still try to shoot the other doors is just long gone.
It can go 20 meters around.
Okay.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
20 meters is a lot of distance to cover. I think a person can go like 10. Less if they're weighed down by cyberware. Yeah, a person is 10.
Yeah, so depends on the length of the corridor here.
So yeah, it went around and then went double what you could possibly move. And yeah, when you leave here and go around the corner where Mrs. Crucifix is, and she's like still moving around, like firing down the corridor blindly. And it's not down the corridor anymore, but there's like blood smears on the wall from where it was. It ducked and went. There's like there's grating that's been flipped up, and there's like the smear leads down there.
Okay.
She syncs her vision to your compad, and to your compad.
Huh. Can she sync her vision to the heads?
Not with his damage.
Well,
She needs someone to activate it. It's not active. So you can see on your compad, like her, like with her enhanced vision, seeing the blood smear that's still warm on the thermal going down into a grating.
I'm integrating.
You got a body there twitching around with like
Oh my
guns
God.
and knives in it.
That's also what I was worried about, because I'm like, his last action was about to attack, and then he's like jerking around and stuff, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna fucking cut me up.
You hear the faint echoing of claw against metal in the grating you're in, the tunnel you're in. This was supposed to be a fantasy adventure. Yeah. I guess now it comes to your turn. You should have got a turn last turn, but it doesn't matter. It's your turn now.
I believe you have revenant wiring, which is like, oh, you can continue fighting even after you're dead.
Yeah, essentially that.
The good point about my healing powers is that it doesn't cost effort, so that's nice.
That's a miracle.
I mean, I think it costs you one, and you can do the infinite heals afterwards.
No, I took the thing that makes it so it doesn't cost anything. Yeah, like I specifically took the power that makes it so that the Master Succor doesn't require effort. And then the major organ restoration just says that the Psychic Succor can now do this. So it doesn't say it adds cost.
That's
It's
good.
great. It's great. But, so can I only heal? And that's the only thing I can do within a turn?
I think that, yeah, it takes up your action.
I think that's your main action, so you could move.
You can move.
I want to know if I can, like, shove his body out with me, like, take it with me out of the event?
Yeah, no, you can do it. You can carry him out of the tunnel. That's fine.
Okay.
Ask that instead of what you can do. Like, can you heal and do that? And that's
Yeah.
that's better.
Okay.
That's
So-
more, that'll lead us right to the answer you're looking for.
So I...
So you grab his body by his, like, jacket and stuff and drag him out of there. It's still twitching and moving and kicking as the systems are still kicking on and activating.
Yeah.
And then channeling metadimensional quantum energy, you return his body to a state that isn't decapitated.
Which probably looks so gross.
It looks like a dead TV channel, like 3D printing his head and spinal column from the inside out back together.
Okay, that's not as gross as I thought it was.
It's not awesome because you're looking down the hole as it's coming back together and stuff. And
But I was
then-
picturing, like, squelching noises.
oh yeah, probably.
Ugh.
mixed in with, like, static. And then you have a man head made of man flesh with, like, hair and eyes and mouths and stuff. Who's just passed right the fuck out.
So now what?
I think we leave.
Yes. Yes, that is now definitely what.
Yeah.
We have to turn off that gun.
I mean, we don't really have to.
She looks down at the door and just starts move actioning towards it and gets her cannon open.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Black ears.
I assume you're gonna carry. Are you stronger than I am? In this body?
Slightly. I mean, you're at -1, I'm at +1, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have -1 to strength, so
Good
anyone's
lord.
gonna be stronger than me.
Good lord.
Stronger than you.
Alright, she fires her vehicle weapon at the door and just starts cutting through it and burns out her power cells.
Papa, we need that for the xenomorph.
So, is she using ammo or is she using power cells?
She is using ammo. It's it's what they called a prominence round.
Okay.
It's basically, what saber rounds are? Oh, it's a really cool military technology that exists. It's what they used in the Transformers movies to kill the Transformers. Mm-hmm. It's basically a gun round that when it fires, it super ignites, so you're basically shooting people with magma.
Right.
So the prominence round is a vehicle-mounted version of that. So it just shreds through the metal and blows the door open from convection and damage.
That's nice.
It's railgun mixed in with, like thermite, basically.
But yeah, if it was, energy, then I have a spare Type B power cell, but no?
No.
Okay.
This is what you would use to get into your ship if you guys tried to leave them behind.
We were just turning off the gun as like an extra bonus nice thing we were doing. I mean, we can just not do that. She's like, no, we're doing it.
It lights up the corridor and you see something moving under the grating you just crawled out of. Like you see the silhouette of it skittering.
Oh god.
And that door goes in. And like it's giving off light now. The door's a light source from the melting around the metal. It just, points at you to go.
Go!
Yeah, I go.
Alright, you guys are heading through that door into the next room. The xenomorph is going to lie in wait and attack. Let me pause for a second. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, as you guys are going over and, taking cover not to fire and stuff, the grate above slams open as the thing, spikes down and attacks Mrs. Crucifix, being the slowest of the group. And hooks into her and drags her up, and the thing slams its double mouth into her head a few times.
Oh god.
And yeah, she's firing blindly, hitting it and hitting it with her fist, and she drops and starts moving towards with open holes in her head. And it skitters away.
Can I shoot at it?
Go for it.
15, yeah. That's 20 something.
20 what exactly?
No,
AC 18, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. 2d8.
Go for it.
2, 6.
What kind of weapon?
Sheer rifle, TR5.
That's perfect. How much altogether?
6.
Yeah, there we go. You're getting it.
Yeah.
It's at 47.
Percent of total.
Okay. It started with 56 health.
That's nice of it.
Okay.
Oh no, acid!
Oh no!
How much damage did you do?
6.
Altogether, it was 6.
Yeah.
So that means 2 damage. Oh no, she's fine. Power armor, she's fine.
Perfect.
Burns some of her flesh off, Terminator endoskeleton underneath.
Okay. Is she catching up to us?
Yeah, she's slower than you guys.
Oh god.
You guys move at 10 meters, she moves at 5 or 6.
Okay. I'm gonna run back and heal her, and then run back to the front.
You're gonna run back?
I mean, if I can move, if she's half away from me, then I can just run back and back in my.
You want to be in the middle between us. As I said. Okay.
Alright, yeah. Does healing do system strain for her? If she's a people?
No. Oh, yes, because she's a people, yes.
Alright, how much system strain do people have, Peter? You're an encyclopedia.
I think their constitution modifier minus all the things for...
Well, constitution modifier?
Sorry, constitution score.
Okay. Minus
Yeah,
anything
that's
for
why I had 9 and I couldn't heal him anymore.
Yeah.
Because I had
Constitution
my con
Does
is 9.
cyberware affect system strain?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Probably has.
Alright, let me pause and do a quick... Like, I'm on the system strain stuff, but let me pause.
It took
Alright.
more than what she took. That's
She
great.
has 2 system strain, and you use 1 of it to heal her.
Oh no!
She's cybered up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, she's used up some of her system strain using her cyberware. Because cyberware has system strain costs for activation.
Oh my god.
Alright, you are in the network closet. Remember when you wanted to be in the network closet? It is a large refrigerated room that has a large, or not a large, but a poly... What's the word for like a many-shaped sided object? Polygon?
Yeah.
It's like a large polygon sphere, like a bunch of different sides, like 20, 25 sides, however it works for math. In a bowl in the floor that has like wiring and hookups coming into it, going into the ceiling. There's monitors and stuff, manual analog controls. There are drones in here that are like drone robots that are pointing TL4 guns at you.
Okay, I have an ability to be able to, well, basically a drone rig, so I can try giving a command, but I don't think they just listen straight up.
I mean, you can talk.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk? Loud?
I mean, Hickson's the talker.
Hickson is scared beyond the capacity for rational thought. Right?
That's like, at most I'm going to say, don't shoot, there's a xenomorph in here.
Protect us.
What are you going to say, spaceman?
What are we going to say?
Like legit, I'm probably going to yell that out.
Alright.
Hi, where's your access terminal?
God damn it, Peter. God damn it, you're like the Ian of this game. Alright. Panicking, don't shoot. Roll, speak, talk, whatever the skill is.
Charisma.
It's not even charisma, there's a thing called talk.
Yeah, but my charisma has a bonus to it.
Oh yeah, it
so
does. It does.
So I get a +1 to it.
Haha.
Oh, I got a 7. Or I got an 8 actually.
An 8.
That's pretty good.
Alright. The VI here that's controlling the drone systems doesn't immediately murder you guys. But a speaker, like the drones, by the way, look like kind of plain-looking men with indistinct features that are kind of gray and clony. Like, you know, their ears aren't very detailed, their noses are sealed up, their mouths look very simple. They look like...
First season Odo.
First season Odo, or have you played Alien Isolation?
Oh, yeah.
They look like you can trust a working Joe.
Yeah, working Joe.
They're working Joes, like they're even in jumpsuits and stuff that are kind of tattered.
Cool.
Yes, we are aware of the alien presence. You have breached internal network security. This area is no longer secure against the incursion.
Which means we have to work together to get rid of it.
Your continued presence in this facility is being tolerated as you will be necessary to provide defense of this stronghold.
That's right.
Just to clarify that sentence, it just said it needs us to not die.
It's not killing you because you just shot its doors down.
Okay.
The doors that have been holding for a while.
Like 600 years.
You shot the doors open!
Yeah. Yeah.
We did.
How many of the drones have you terminated?
Point 15.
The working Joe does not respond to that.
We've only seen one of them though. Are there more?
Internal scanners have been damaged.
Were there more before they were damaged?
Affirmative. Secondary alien incursion provided fumigation for the infestation.
Right.
the predators came in and fumigated the place.
Yeah, one looks like a few were still alive down here that they missed. Which, hey, that's what happens when you put up your alien extermination. You leave your alien extermination up to a fanatical gene cult.
They're sloppy.
They miss shit. They're not perfect. You hear that screeching down the hallway, but there's more than one.
Well, he said there's only one hole they can come through, and it's a little bit of a corridor that could just shoot
A shooting gallery. Yeah, like
Are there vents in here?
they can't get in through here. This place is hardened.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Because that's why they haven't ever been able to get
Yeah.
in. But the working Joe looks down the corridor, between the 3 doors you blew open, between the 4 turrets you destroyed, and the suicide corridor where it would be running through.
Yep. We did a good job, team.
There is one of those gun in place. They have a portable gun turret that they have put in front of the door, and it is knocked over and slagged on the ground from the Sabo round. With a dead working Joe just spilling white engine blood everywhere. That milky substance that powers Mandate tech.
I mean, Hickson could heal him. It's not a VI though.
Yeah, it's not a living thing. It's just a drone.
Yeah. You can only heal sentient things.
Quantum tap EC powers.
Well, I guess we have to hold our own here. So, we're the VI running this place.
Affirmative.
Perfect. So, what are your orders here? To shoot down all the spaceships that come by that don't have the proper credentials?
Vessels violating Mandate airspace.
You realize that a lot of time has gone by. I'm too panicked. I'm not joining in this conversation. Sorry. I was like, I'm gonna have a rational. No, there's the.
You do realize the Mandate has collapsed.
Affirmative.
Okay, so shooting down anyone that comes down.
Anyone violating Mandate airspace without proper Mandate credentials.
Is there any way to refresh those credentials from here? Can you obtain new ones?
Negative.
That's unfortunate.
For you, he's like.
I mean, you basically gotta talk to it, because it's not like a closed conversation where it's like, oh, okay, and then you just walk away. It's like, talk to it. Explain to it that you come from a Mandate world.
But that a lot of time has gone by so that the ships look different and shit, so they don't have the same credentials.
Yeah, we come from a Mandate remnant that has lost some of the credentials because, drift of time and stuff. So, yeah, we need to update those so resupply ships can come and fix your infrastructure and rebuild, your whole base.
That would be acceptable. Several space hulks have been terminated in orbits in recent years. I had a fancy word for yours, but it says years.
Cycles.
Yeah. Supplies and infrastructure are deteriorating.
Well, I'm going to forward you the, credentials from our Mandate base, so then the Praetorian Republic.
You gave it a data dump on the Praetorian Republic and Bellator.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There's a manual thing there's a manual pad you have to type into, and it opens up an old it's an old socket for actual magnetic hard drives.
I love how chill you are because you're gonna live no matter what.
Yeah, you're fine. You're gonna save.
I got a pre-tech component here, plus I put $20,000 credits worth of gear into myself. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to lose this.
Yeah, you'll be sad because you're gonna lose some money, but I mean.
Plus. Well, I'm a soulless machine, so,
Yeah, it's an old, magnetic disk hard drive slot that you can just replicate with your tools to, get an adapter and just...
One adapter to the other, to the new one.
I just imagine you, shape it out of the gunk, the goo, the tech goo, and just plug it in, like putty.
Sure.
To create, a data transfer channel.
Sure.
Yeah, you just give them a download on the Mandate and stuff, and the Bellator, and, its rising hegemony.
Yeah.
And it's yes, this is acceptable.
Perfect.
Service guarantees citizenship. Violence is the ultimate authority from which all other authority derives. This is mandate coding.
The listeners couldn't see my face, so I looked over after I said that, just like, oh.
I mean...
Oh, it's a fascist too!
I mean, there's a person like in Darkness Visible, specifically, you got the spy agencies, and some of them are the permitted agencies, was the mandate spy agencies. And if you're a spy there, you could have a little replicator that does everything for you. But in order to use it, you have to follow the mandate protocols, recite the mandate rules, and do some like spy stuff. Even if it's outdated, you still have to do it so you can use your replicator. So yeah, it's basically that. Yeah. You're following the protocols. Good.
You're being space fascist. That's exactly what the mandate likes.
Perfect.
Cover the galaxy in it.
So, that part of the mission is accomplished. Now it's just getting out of here. Oh, well, terminating it so this place won't get overrun, so we'll have somewhere to go back to. So I'm trying to suck up to the VI that, hey, we will maintenance you and we'll kill those drones.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It totally will shut off. It's going to not shoot you down when you leave and not shoot at the mandate ships when it comes by.
Perfect.
All you have to do is patch up that fucking hole.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, like Mrs. Crucifix is already grabbing metal and like riveting it into place and stuff.
I mean, you're looking us inside.
Yes.
Okay. Rivet.
Have you not ever seen a horror vid? We're not going to go one at a time out trying to escape to get to safety. We're going to stay sitting here back to back holding guns and wait a few months for the mandate to come get us.
I can't wait a few months.
Yes, you can, honey. I have snacks.
Okay.
And we'll set up a bucket or something.
Oh.
If only you had coma drugs.
I don't. I do have a survival kit, which gives me some survival stuff. Not enough for a month. But if you guys have...
I mean, we've been to Bellum. I think I've got something around rummaging around.
Well, you have a coma drug lying around?
I mean, we've dragged so many people there that maybe. But yeah, I probably wouldn't bring it up because there's a 10% chance Hickson will die afterwards, so...
It's fine. You're a PC. I'm not gonna fucking kill you off over something stupid like a die roll like that. That's dumb. Wait, there's an easier solution to this. We'll just use the communication system here to ping the Space Maggot. Have them leave and come back.
Yes. That would be... Whoa! Could
Let's
any of them fly?
I mean...
We have a current rudder code.
Fives can fly, but they're not expert starfarers, so they couldn't make the jump because it's too far for them. I had to trim the course like the specialist I am. I mean, I could just blow my head up and go there and fly it out.
That would work. Take your shirt off.
Do I have to?
That's even easier. Take your shirt off, Agent.
Fine.
Now Monica's gonna know you're an AI too. Or not necessarily.
No, she'll be drone rigging.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Anyway, she unscrews your nipples, takes your chest plate off, grabs your AI core, which you get to see for the first time. It's like a coral gem that grows into like a ball, and she'll just crush it. It's not doesn't even painful. It's just your perspective immediately switches to your robot body, and the BIOS boots up.
Oh, I guess that's not actually... yeah, you didn't take any damage either, so we can just take you to the ship. Like, you didn't lose your shell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pause. Alright, so your AI core gets crushed, and it doesn't even hurt or anything. It's just perspective. Like you're. It's like having one eye open and one eye closed. You just kind of whoop, and yeah, you're in a drone chassis, and the BIOS boots up, and all your drivers sync, and boop, you're on the Space Maggot.
I unfold myself from the metal cube that I was.
Yet your Cylon murder Terminator body, deploys. You Decepticon transform and rise up. That's a Decepticon catchphrase. Autobots are transform and roll up. Decepticons are transform and rise up. Because they're a rebellion. If you read the lore in the comics and stuff, they were a anti-oppression rebellion that went super fascist.
Rise up.
Yeah, so you rise up in your Cylon murder Decepticon body.
I sigh, like, with how much I go, I give them a death stick. Just put it in the
Put it in the grill.
yeah. Go out to the ship. Like,
all right, so you leave your room and you're in the cargo bay where they're glue gunning it, where they're finishing up the glue gun primer coat.
5, how's the repairs going?
Repairs have been complete, Hickson. You must have amazing signal. Gaius, you all look alike. Wait, I know you're... Oh, wait, I know all about this. I just remembered because my mom told me. You don't have amazing signal at all, but I won't tell Monica that.
Well...
He talks just like his mom. That whole, oh, wait, yeah.
No, I really miss this guy when he retires.
So what happened? Is everyone dead?
No, everyone's alive, but they're hunkered down in this mountain, and there's aliens around there.
What do you mean, aliens?
Gene stealers.
He makes like the sign of the cross over his robot art.
That's what they call them, right? Gene stealers?
Gene stealers, xenomorphs, aliens. There's
Okay.
a lot of terms. Space dragons. He makes the sign of the cross.
I mean, there's only one drone, at least what we've seen. I mean, we've heard maybe more. So, yeah, they're hunkered down in the VI core, in the gun. The orbital defense has been updated, so it should be shooting us or the Republic down. So the plan is, we go back to Bellum.
Bellator.
Bellum, and leave the lines of crimes. Yeah, we go back to Bellator, come back here with reinforcements to fumigate this place.
That seems optimal.
Yeah, and I had to do this because I'm the only one.
It makes sense with context. I know what you are. He makes Hamos like it makes sense with the context of you being an AI.
Yeah.
I'll grab Monica. She's just busy putting up the scarecrows.
Okay.
The scarecrows, when you and head outside to grab Monica, are a bunch of those zombies and and a few controllers that were shot up by these two, put on crucifixes outside around the ship to spook off anyone from coming around here.
Oh my god.
I mean, obviously they will try stealing this ship, or at least looting the wreckage.
Right?
That's the first thing they do.
So the first thing Monica did is like, alright, this is what you do to deter looters.
Put the previous looters up on display.
Yeah, like they're the X-shaped ones with the legs and the arms on the X. Yeah, she's put up crucifixes around the site to spook people away.
X marks the spot.
It's been fairly uneventful.
That's good.
Thinking about it, if you never came back, we would never be able to leave because you're the best at trimming the course.
Yep. I mean, the backup was that the Republic would eventually send someone, and you'll be fine. You could live off, the power from the ship for like years.
Fair enough. But he looks at the crucifixes of the raiders. Then again,
Well, do you want to start your own society here?
no, I was just afraid raiders would keep coming.
I mean,
Then again, we have anti-boarding protocols.
yeah, you just have to scrape the meat off of them every now and then, so they don't gunk up.
We could also just move the ship underwater.
That too.
Once the ceiling was done, yeah.
The primer coat should be ready. It'll bake an atmosphere.
Perfect.
So you pilot over, you fly away.
And end of season.
Yeah, Mrs. Crucifix will just put you into suspended animation.
What?
She'll knock you out with drugs.
Okay.
You wake up face huggers.
That's what I'm. Oh, I don't want to go into cryo. No, that's what's gonna happen.
You're gonna be like Newton, Alien 3, and you're gonna have to autopsy your little child body.
I don't want to go into this. I don't want to go into the cryo sleep. I'm going to fight that.
Alright, yeah, you'll be able to. She's not gonna force you until you run out of food.
Okay.
How many rations did you bring?
I have my survival kit, which is.
I don't think that is that.
Oh, it doesn't actually actually include food.
There it is. There it is.
It gives you, like, bonuses to survival checks. This guy said he had food.
Yeah, she has food.
It doesn't take you long to pilot, right?
How long could it possibly take you to get... Like, you do the math, but you have probably about a week of food and water that you can stretch out.
We couldn't cut it.
Oh, no.
Like, a day to go to the rim of this thing. On, like, 3 days in flight. Another day to get to the base. Another day back. It's like 2 weeks, maybe.
Can I use, like, healing magic to...
To unhunger yourself?
Yeah, to, like, undo the... Like, I'm still gonna be hungry, obviously. But
I mean, the food isn't the problem, the water is.
You don't have any purification magic?
I mean, there's an entire... I mean, if you want to start exploring with Mrs. Crucifix to leave the bunker, to, like, get to the food stations and stuff.
I'd really rather not.
And you can't drink the Mr. Handyman fluid.
Why not?
Their spoiled milk blood
Oh,
isn't
gross. No, I don't want to drink.
consumable.
I don't want to drink that. No, I don't know what you meant by that. I'm going to put off going to cryosleep as long as possible.
I mean, you have to go to cryosleep when you're relatively healthy so you don't die waking up.
But I'm going to be stubborn
Fussy about it?
Yeah, like I understand that I'm going to cryosleep
Oh,
on
yeah.
character, but in character, I'm going to fight it as long as feasible.
It's alright, Mr. What's his name? Mr. Genocide wakes up, and like he's having problems controlling his body because you didn't get his head back, and he's like, you need to get my head back so we could, tear this head off, put that head in, and bring me back.
Where's the head?
With the monster.
I don't want to go get it.
I mean, you're gonna get it.
Like, someone's going to have to get it when the fumigation team comes.
Yeah, when they come,
because he can
that's
barely
fine.
move his body because he doesn't have any of the neural taps and
Oh
stuff.
no!
Yeah.
Right?
He's basically kind of paralyzed. But yeah, when you're talking to him about it, Mrs. Crucifix just kind of chloroforms you.
Oh no, I'm on the other side of the thing now.
Nicole's been chloroformed for once. For once ever in a game, you're the one who's been chloroformed.
Alright.
And then they put you under.
Yeah, that's fair. It's for my own good.
You get to the mandate, you tell them the scope of what's there, and they're actually pretty impressed because there's a lot of tech and salvage, and,
A whole mountain dwarf, if not multiple.
the mountain, the spaceport, whatever other installations were there.
VI fighters just hanging out, above the atmosphere.
Yeah, plus, Mr. Genocide gave you that data dump from what they found.
Yeah.
So they're able to pull that apart and see that there's other installations. So, yeah, they totally want to capture that resource, and they're like, oh, we're on a time limit?
I mean, yeah, our soldiers are still there, holding off.
Oh, that xenomorph infestation. They don't want to get out of hand because you left the door open.
I mean,
Well, no, only if they know how to use the elevators.
we
If
closed.
only you can climb.
We closed the
right.
outside door so that looters
Alright.
won't get in.
Alright, as long as you close the outside door. But people had already gone into the outside door before.
Yeah, but they had
Example.
abandoned the looting attempts because of the xenomorphs, so...
Until they try again.
A
That's
generation
how it
from now or a couple of years go by, people are like, oh, there's a nice place there.
Well, yeah, I mean, later. But this was only 6 months ago that they abandoned this place, so they're not going to come back now. I mean, they're not
Unless
that
they
dumb,
do.
right?
I'm
Unless
just
some
gonna-
other cakes come in.
I'm going to pause. Okay. So, yeah, with all that in mind, they definitely want to take the planet sooner than later, so they'll dispatch a kill team to the area
Perfect.
for a bug hunt. So, yeah. They'll send one of their larger ships, bigger than a frigate, to go and claim that sector.
Cool.
Especially using your trimming guides. And if the ship's large enough, you can probably just take the Space Maggot inside of it.
Yeah. Or I could just come by myself, I suppose. Either or. Okay.
Alright. Okay, yeah, I guess we don't need the Space Maggot at all. We can just stay in dry dock being fixed.
So yeah.
No weapons, eh? Escape pods and cloaking devices?
That cloaking device just saved our ass.
I know.
That's necessary.
There's a cloaking device which makes it harder to detect in space. There's the device that spoofs your ID, which is a completely separate system.
It's like
Is
someone
the
was
one
trying
where
to
you're
build...
disguised in water another thing?
Yeah, that's being able to go into water.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's like someone tried to design a stealth ship by just taking every stealth option they saw in a catalog. Which is how I built it.
Generations of incompetency.
Alright, so a military command ship shows up. It launches some landing craft that land around the mountain. Kill team goes in and kill teams that drone and the other drones and the nest that was in there. You guys eventually get the door cut open, and yeah, the Bellator's here. And you don't even wake up for any of this. You just wake up on the ship in medbay.
I'm going to obsessively get myself checked out. Just in case.
They check, and after you guys are debriefed and have had, a couple hours to acclimate, they're like, "We need your help with our specialist." They bring you.
Mr. Genocide.
Yeah, Mr. Genocide's on the table with his like newly grown head that you made, not able to move, and on a pan next to him is his rotting, eaten up head that has like metal and stuff in it, and his spinal cord still attached.
So you, Hickson.
Because
Put a little
for
guillotine.
that, it's provided within 1 round. The head's old, but the body's new. So
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Instead of
you-
growing a whole new head, it'll just resurrect the dead head.
So you
And because of how personalities work in Stars Without Numbers, it's all based on quantum like ECM field. Like the same technology that runs Psyker stuff and runs spike drives also runs transhuman like personalities. So his personality will just shift from the dead new head to the old head when it gets resurrected. It's not like you're making copies of him. You're just shifting his personality around, manipulating quantum.
Okay.
Quantum.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that.
Okay, so what?
You just have to put a guillotine right over his head.
Well, the doctors have like pre-set up and stuff, and they're just going to go in with an automated auto-dock system. We'll just go in and like a cake scoop, V's into his neck, yanks out with like monoblade like scalpels and like tubes and suction, just pulls out that entire V section of his skull and spinal column, and then like quickly replaces it with the rotting cyborg head that he used to be, and then you use your scary powers to resurrect him. Yeah, it happens. He grows back and stuff, and he's good as new.
Yay!
A little bit rotting.
And they'll just take the new head you grew with the new brain and stuff, and they'll just put that in storage for later.
He still has to rest for a whole day.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
They attach like things to him and stuff to like take care of him.
Well, good job.
Yep. And you guys are just you're in your like fucking medical gown, and you're in your new outfit. They like cleaned you up and stuff, and like they gave your body a rinse cycle.
Yeah.
So they didn't even give you your clothes back. Like your body's in a gown too, like a medical gown to keep the thing going. The lie.
Yeah.
Like 2 people were recovered from medbay and they were resuscitated. They were both with sleeper drugs. Like they did a whole complicated thing so that all the crewmen here knew that the 2 far traders were brought back and resuscitated, so no one knows you're an AI.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they'd have to take like the orb out and put it into you and stuff, and you gotta wait for that to grow back. You gotta probably like
already 2 weeks in, so like another 2 weeks.
that's 2 weeks where you're just as mortal and frail and killable as Hickson. Yeah. As you guys are kind of just walking out with your naked back butt medical gowns you're in, with your little shoes and your little bracelets on your wrist and stuff. There's like soldiers are like bringing, because the med basically the entire deck of the ship.
Yep.
You see soldiers and doctors and like field scientists with like a tank that has like basically biogel in it, and there's like one of the drone corpses in there.
Guys, you know better than this!
At least it's not eggs. At
No
least
one
it's
pays
not
you
eggs.
any heed.
Okay, so we're not going on the ship on the way home. We're taking a different ship.
This ship's the one taking you home.
This
That's
ship's
not the
going
ship.
to die.
It's fine, dear. They do this all the time, says the doctor. Standard operating procedure for the bug net.
I'm going to request a room without vents.
That's just not how ships are built, dear.
It's suffering.
He like gestures to the outpatient room where all the beds for the patients that are sleeping each have their own individual vent on the bed.
Right?
On silent oiled hinges.
Vampire side.
Nixon is going to be very paranoid.
That's fine. You took some psychological scarring.
More.
Should get you a power armor so you just lock yourself in and like, this will be my space coffin. Woo-wee.
I mean, if transhuman tech exists, if you guys found a transhuman tech society, you'd be able to brain upload.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be quaint? You wouldn't have to fear death.
At least a little.
But yeah, like that tank even had like a bioscience monitor that was beeping.
Oh my god, guys. Yeah, oh my god.
They move their bodies.
Maybe they move the bodies. Like you hear them over talking there because you guys have clearance.
Yeah.
And it's like its advanced life stage shows that it's clearly a time for a tumult. With the right pheromonal compound, we can move it from its life stage into the next.
They're gonna make it into a queen? Why would they do that?
So they can make more.
Have you never seen a vid?
Yeah, and have they never seen one? Do they not know how this ends for them and everyone?
I mean, just lose a couple eggs, toss an ion, and you...
That's literally the plan. They're going to get a Far Trader ship, and they're going to fill it full of eggs, and they're going to just drive it onto Ioun into the water.
I mean, which ship would be better than the Space Maggot?
Yeah. Yeah, with its smuggler holds.
Who'd have to pay for that?
The government will pay for it.
The government could pay him off. Or pay Monica off to let her tell him that the ship got stolen by space pirates. See, now this is sounding more and more like it's going to make... Now this is sounding like a thing.
I mean, they have to, deal with them before they join with the mandate from Eden, so...
That sounds like that's what's going to happen to the Space Maggot, then. It sounds like it's going to get stolen by pirates en route, and Monica and Fives will be left in an escape pod, and will get picked up, and then will eventually make their way home. Easy peasy. Or, no, wait. Fives and Monica will leave and be left stranded in an escape pod, and a mandate vessel will show up. Or not a mandate, but a Bellator vessel will warp in, pick up the Space Maggot, fill it full of eggs in the smuggler's holds and stuff, and, biostasis timers, and then put an expert system on there that they've set up to specifically drill to where it was going, so it will continue, land in the planet's water, open up, the eggs will open to facehuggers and escape, and that planet will get infected.
Why do they hate Ioun?
Oh, not Ioun, just a planet that Ioun has control of, just as a test run.
I mean...
A test run to see if it'll work, because if they do it against Ioun and Ioun finds out, then oh my god, that's like, holy shit, that's an act of war. But it's like, oh, we found this Far Trader ship, the escape pod's gone, they were smuggling xenomorph eggs. These guys were
That's something else.
That's the IDs are gonna mark back to us.
No, they're gonna go back to Monica and Johan.
That's what I mean, though.
Mostly
It shows the escape pod went.
But they were smuggling xenomorph eggs, I guess.
She claims it was piracy.
Okay, fair.
And they're like, piracy? The pirates came on board with xenomorph eggs and stuff? Where were the pirates afterwards? Like, they died in the crash.
They got eaten by the eggs.
Or she just goes to Nocturnus and disappears into Nocturnus.
Yeah.
It's a big galaxy.
Don't worry. Government, cover up.
Yeah.
Mouth.
I would like to know what planet they're going to do it on, so we're not there at the time, and also I'd like to...
You don't have clearance for that.
I would also like to not know about this plan, if that's possible. If that's a possibility, I would rather in character not know about this plan, because I would feel really bad about this, exterminating the entire planet.
So you want to blow your head off so you get back to your stag from previous before the station started.
Look at that, Eclipse Space conversation, full circle.
Like, legit.
You won't pick up. There is no way you two are going to hear about this plan.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's just...
Ow!
Ooh, careful, buddy. She hit her shoulder on the table.
Elbow.
This is just an emergent plan that the three of us have put together talking about how evil Bellator is.
Okay, good, because I'd really rather not know about it.
You do know that they took some of the drones back live.
Yeah, I know that, though.
They torched everything else.
What do you mean everything else?
Like the nest.
Oh, okay. That meant the planet, and I'm like, oh, well, shit!
Nope, the VI there's getting maintenance, they're repairing the base, they drop off at the different planets there and did the whole Space Marine, you don't live here, we live here now, you're now part of the mandate, the Praetorian Republic. And then they found the Cortex Command, which was just the name of the firmware he was using that he gave himself, the fucking Far Trader who's put himself into a spider body. They're like, oh my god, you're leaving, you're coming with us. Oh my god, you're coming with us.
You're so precious.
Yeah, like he had taken all the drone parts and all the stuff from the ships and stuff to build himself a vehicle body. So it was basically like a walker tank that had like a giant skull around the glass case where his brain was in to look like a walking skull with fire eyes.
We like your gumption, fella.
Yeah, That's a new agent. That's a new special ops character in the making. The dude bootstrapped himself up to a transhuman state.
Good enough.
We're gonna take you. We're gonna do stuff to your brain and put stuff in it to help you along.
Alien eggs.
I mean, you drill the taps in, and then he could drone control them.
Oh my god.
Now that you mention it,
I mean, I think they've been trying to do that in one of the games.
they were trying to do it in the 4th movie,
Mm.
Alien Resurrection.
Mm.
They were trying to train them and teach them and turn them into soldiers.
No, but I think in one of the games it did actual drilling, and yet you had like robot-sized aliens.
Cyborg aliens. What a time to be alive. What a season.
And I guess we get our ship then.
So, yeah, it is a slow and weird trip home because, yeah, they definitely remove the Og home, what do they call them? They call them, there's a term for people that live on planets and become warlords. And it's the dude from Apocalypse Now. Kurtz's or something.
It's not Apocalypse Now, it's Heart of Darkness, and yeah, it was Kurtz. So it was Kurtz's. I think it's in Sons of Gold.
Yeah, Kurtz.
Yeah.
They basically, that's what they lay it on too. Like he's a Kurtz file, like a case file, a Kurtz. Like perfect example, a far trader with advanced technology landed on a planet and took over and making himself God King. Literally, he turned himself into a walking spider squid skull mech that controlled the dead and gave people necromancy magic to control his armies. They're like, this is an ideal case.
Classic Kurtz.
Yeah, classic. They're like, this is exactly how it works.
Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West style. Oh, they found that in Ogham. He was using all of the machinery he was pulling out of the Mandate stuff to build a larger tank body. Like, heavily armored with multiple ports and stuff, and, like, with hooks for the zombies to fall out of so he could, like, spread them, and, like, flying drones that were skulls that had, like rotors on them and stuff.
Invented little fella.
He was going full on D&D monster. So like they would wake up and like this giant spider centipede made of machinery covered in bones and covered in bodies that have been crucified on it that are zombies that are their people would like be crawling off ahead of it attacking in an army, and he'd be like breathing fire out of the skull mouth and then shooting lasers out of the eyes. And there'd be like flying like infant skulls from villages he's captured that had bombs attached to them.
Someone had too much fun.
It would have been horrific. It would have been doomsday scenario for that village, for that civilization.
Fucking Kurtz's.
Yeah. I mean, maybe heroes would rise up and find ancient artifacts from like their magical forebears and try to take him down. But like the Bellator, I guess he'd be like not a sociologist, but
Sociopath.
No, like what's the people that study culture? Sociologist, anthropologist? Yeah, there's literally a Bellatorian anthropologist, because why would they not bring them for this kind of, reacclimating a planet? He was all like, yeah, he lays it out for you guys, because you're the only people he has to talk to that aren't military.
Yeah.
I also find this kind of stuff really interesting.
Yeah,
but
so you guys
people probably don't usually find his work interesting.
Yeah, so he like shows you like all the guy's notes and his files and like his 3D sketches of like this giant spider centipede body that breathes fire and has eye lasers. And it's like the eye lasers are so people will say that he kills people with a gaze. His sight is death.
Appearance, of course.
Like little baby skull drones and stuff, and zombies that are crucified to it running off at people.
Some people get bored when they're like on the planet stranded, I suppose.
Apparently his goal was to conquer as much of the world as possible, get access to all the Mandate caches so he could reverse engineer a ship to leave. Leave with Mandate tech.
Well,
Like he says that as like there's like a hangar, basically like a mini hangar in the med bay where his like the dude's like his spider leg's been cut off and stuff, and it's just this skull based kind of like some of the like the big giant like stone/metal skull part he put around his brain case is there, and he's just been put to sleep. The decommissioning interview went very well.
That's great.
Bellator will be happy to have him as a new agent. Deniable asset.
Yeah. He found the ship and he escaped.
Yeah. Yeah. Ogholm will require some significant... what's the word I'm looking for?
Reintegration? Re-education?
Massaging. Well, there'll be some course correcting to be done there. But my team we've done this before. There's a few worlds we've actually done. Your world, actually. We sent in our envoy teams to kind of go in and start the healing process.
Oh, Ponylar.
He's like, you ever heard, how old are you?
I don't remember how old I said he was. I think he was early 30s.
So you're like, oh, I'm 30, 32, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track when you're in space.
I'm however old I am.
All right. When you were a kid, did they tell you about the giants hidden in the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get angry and they smash the mountains and it makes noise.
Yeah.
Mining operation to set up our forward base.
That makes a lot more sense.
Mandate scout craft crashed down a few months earlier, got contact back. We infiltrated the government, took over the leadership, and then just started setting up observation routes to bootstrap your people up.
Huh. Huh. Could you do something about the whole hating psychics thing?
I mean, we're working the Bellator is working as fast as it can on bringing it into a more civil and less, techno-barbarian culture, but these things take generations.
Yeah, I can see that.
He gestures to the Ogholm warlord. These things take time. As on a different deck that has the mandate style machine replicators, you see an actual VI drone body walk out that looks like a copy of his body but more mechanized and gold plated. These things take time, and sometimes we have to make substitutions along the way. They're gonna send that guy back down. They're gonna send their own agent down that's in a better built body.
I've upgraded.
Yeah, I went into the sky and came back bequeathed, blessed and christened in molten gold from the sun.
I am the Golden Lord.
Yeah. They're going to say that he went into the sky and dipped himself into the sun up there and became immortal and indestructible, like Achilles. And they're going to talk about citizenship and how violence is the ultimate authority from which all other authority drives down.
Comical villains.
They work fast, and they have a replicator on board. They'll just quickly assemble a nice VI system that's supposed to be... that they have basic VI cores that they can use to kind of build into robots. And it's this guy's Bellator built. He knows how to act as a stand-in for primitive techno-barbarian worship idols.
It's a template.
Yeah.
Initiate quick protocol.
Yeah. Just a Kurtz replacement. Instead of a golden calf or, the hull of a ship or the skeleton of a guy bonded to his power armor, it's Kurtz.
Yep. It's a spider.
So yeah, they'll drop that off and the supplies. The ship has to be in orbit for a bit before the fighters and the dropped ships come back, and they will leave a permanent forward base. It takes a few days, and the carrier will leave.
Yep.
Because actually, you guys are probably in orbit for a week or two.
Yeah.
Now that I really think about it.
Probably.
Because with that xenomorph and that tank over there, it's probably about 2 weeks while they do the most crash course salvage and repair and stuff, and then they'll take the whole carrier out, and then they'll send it back later with now that they know what they have to deal with.
Yeah. Good enough.
So you guys get back to Bellator, and in that amount of time, they've communicated with basically the ship frame they were laying down. Once they realized that you guys had done your job, they had earmarked that for you guys. They looked at your schematics, what you wanted built, and they started having that christened.
Perfect.
So it took about a month, this whole mission.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were on the planet for 2 weeks, you were in orbit for 2 weeks, and then you have to drive back. Their spike drive's it's pretty fast. They're not going to ask you to pilot it for obvious security reasons. You're really good at it.
I'm
right here.
Contacts, but also I'm kind of distracted with the alien. So
You've been here long enough. You can make contacts on the carrier. The carrier has a permanent crew. This ship was called. It probably has a call sign like HMS or whatever, but the name of it is probably something like The Throne of the Militant.
You wasted it.
No, I didn't. I made it great. I'll use it again if I want to.
What's wrong with that?
It's
a really cool name.
It's a really cool name that it was in a video game, and I was like, ooh, that's good. And I'll just use it here.
Good enough.
So you guys get back to spaceport. How long did we say the Stardock could work for? Like it needed like a month or 2 months?
We didn't really specify how long, but so I guess basically when we come back, we can have our ship and.
Yeah, when you come back, it'll be another 2 weeks because they'll have to import some parts and stuff. And you can pull that part of the Space Maggot.
Yep.
And you have that Teal 5 tech that you scavenged, unless you give that to Bellator.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, they saw you take it. So.
Ooh, yeah. It might have not been in your gear when they brought your body back on board and pulled the "you're a person" scam.
Like, they literally saw you take it. And they said no looting.
I mean, they've given it to me. So like, well, do you care about this little dinky thing?
No.
You've got a whole...
Yeah, every bit counts for the war effort. You know that. You've heard the song. They threaten to hit the play button on the Starship Troopers song.
Yeah! Yeah.
Citizens, we fight for a noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price.
I mean, I did literally blow
For the Oh, they're playing it. They're all doing it. Everyone's singing in unison. Courage, duty, honor.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking song.
So, after they guilt trip you with, patriotism,
Okay.
they justify taking it.
I had to cross it out with my...
Yeah, you
character
do.
sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Courage, duty, honor.
Let's high.
But hey, at least you're free to go. Especially now that you got your ship.
Yeah.
Did you guys buy an upgraded weapon for it?
Yeah. We got...
Like one size larger? Did you?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
No.
You guys aren't. You guys aren't a Pontiac Sunfire driving around with a tank cannon on it.
That'd be amazing.
We got the plasma beam, which is still pretty good. Normally, I just have some laser beam on such things, but with good application of specialized mountings.
What's that called?
What? What was what called?
Huh?
Triangle forehead?
You kept blasting Cell with it?
Kiko.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
Tien
I don't know
Yeah,
why I thought it was
Kiko.
plasma
Kiko with
beam.
Drain Ball Z abridged.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys spend some time on Bellator, catching up. You can have contacts on Bellator too if you want, obviously, because you live on Bellator. And the ship has to go through a maintenance cycle anyway to get it all fixed up because it's been a month or whatever. They like to keep them in tip-top shape when they come back to, drop stuff off. But yes, the Xenomorph drone and the Kurtz gets taken off and sent away into Bellator to be worked on.
Yep.
And yeah, after that, you guys are called on up. Monica says goodbye because her ship gets fixed up as well after you pull the parts out. And she's like, yep, stay in touch. You can always reach out to me at Nocturnus.
Definitely.
Sure.
Solid contact on
Yeah.
Nocturnus, too.
Look at that. He's built contacts around the whole, all the sector.
Fives is on, what's this called?
Yeah, he'll be on,
Who called?
Who Call.
Kiko 1.
He'll be on Who Call, and yeah, he's with you, though, because you're driving him home.
Yep.
Your first mission is picking up Robot Wife.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well.
Preview for next season.
Right?
Do.
Right? So yeah, it's you two and Fives in the background as like a secondary character looking through the window of the space dock. And what does it look like? Does it look like the ship from FTL?
Well, apparently that's what we wanted. Sure, it's the ship for FTL.
So yeah, it is the what the fuck was that ship called? The Kestrel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Kestrel.
All right. So yeah, out the window. After 6 high exciting episodes. Let me just.
Yeah, post it up.
Anyway,
looks
there we
like
go.
a-
We're back.
Loser.
Shut up. Anyway, we're back. And yeah, out in the Stardock, in its own moorings and stuff, having been fully christened and painted and printed and stuff, is the Lunalorn.
PRS Lunar Lord.
Yep.
What does PRS stand for?
Praetorian
Republic
Republic
ship.
ships?
Yeah.
Probably N, PRN for Navy.
Mm.
Praetorian Republic Navy, PRN. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for listeners, because obviously we're playing FTL music, it looks just like the Kestrel from FTL. Google that. Google it. Yeah, you guys own the ship. It has no debts or anything on it. It's built to specification. It has cargo space. It has weapons.
Oh, it has
There's a
weapons!
weapon.
What
It
a
has-
radical fucking thing to have on a spaceship!
It's not covered in dead animal carcasses for
Yay.
armor.
It doesn't have a gross name. That makes me hate it.
The Lunalorm has bloomed.
It is beautiful.
So I think we should explain.
I'm not explaining the origin of the name Lunalorm. It's cruel.
So moving on.
So moving on.
Okay.
Maybe one day.
We'll hear the story.
It's also just a nice name though. Like
Yeah.
the Lunalorn. That sounds beautiful and romantic.
The Moonflower.
It sounds like it's like longing after the moon kind of thing.
Yeah, it's lorning or whatever.
Yeah.
Morning. Anyway, all you know is Lunalorn means like moonflower or some shit.
Basically.
It's a beautiful name for a beautiful ship.
I was going to name it the Blade Runner, but good enough.
What is this? The Culture series? The ships had AIs in the Culture, and they all named themselves. So they'd be all like Big Baby, or like I want to talk to you about. Have you heard the word of Jesus Christ? Is its name? Because it would knock at your door and blow it open because it was a giant capital ship. They named themselves, and they had fun with it. Cookie Monster, that kind of thing.
Cute.
Yeah. So yeah, your ship is there. You guys go and board it. Like there's a little pod door connected to it, and yeah, it's all shiny and brand new, like the Han Solo trailer with the Seat of the Millennium Falcon. It's all new and stuff.
We're home.
You want to do that? You guys walk in, you're like Five, or you're like Gaius, we're home, and Fives makes the Wookiee sound. Smash cut to credits.
After credits, secret scene is Hickson obsessively checking everywhere on the ship for xenomorph eggs or anything of the sort. Measuring the air ducts. Sealing the ones... Well, I can't seal one story. I'll be able to read that one. Damn it!
Your air ducts are man-sized, as all air ducts are.
I'm gonna, screw them closed.
They are screwed closed.
Better.
But yeah, you have to actually go through the air duct system and screw it from your end because the screws close from the inside of the grate, not the outside. So pirates can't go into your room, open the vents, and smuggle on in.
No, because vampires fucking designed the ship. That's the only explanation for having screws on the inside. Oh my god.
Well, if you're doing maintenance, you can unscrew it and change the covers and stuff. But if you're a looter, you have to pry it open to make it obvious you've broken in. So the crew will know someone's broken in. The only way to open the vent from someone's room is to make it obvious that it's been broken, which is a great security feature.
We just put tamper evidence seal on it or something, like stickers. No.
Nope. No, you have to get a crowbar and just fucking wrench it out and strip all the screws and break the mounting and stuff.
I don't care. I am the ship.
Enough times pass that you're able to take out your core and crack it in half, and there's a port for it. Where's the port for your orb?
Probably somewhere deep for it, so in case he is put in there and there are looters on board, it's not that easy to find. Just
So it's
take them out.
deep into the machinery in the engine room, basically.
Yeah, we have two ports. One for if he's actively putting in, and one for the backup core that's somewhere deeper in. Basically, the
Like an
circulation.
emergency socket.
If he dies, or in his body, in his normal
You
core.
just plug it into a pedestal on the ship that's
Yeah.
hidden somewhere so people don't know that an AI's on board,
Yeah.
which is probably for the best.
Yeah.
You don't want an AI socket being obvious on your bridge.
Yeah. So, nicely hidden.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. One and a backup one to actually hide your phylactery.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're clever about it, you can build a mechanized, expert system that when it gets a signal from you will, pull it out of the ship and put you in a nearby drone body.
Yeah, good.
Spend some money on that next season to be all let's customize the ship now. Now that we have it, we can start to modify it for things that we need in practice.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, you guys go to the bridge. We're home. Wookiee sounds. Credits roll.
Yep.
So that was season 1 of Blackstar.
Woo.
That was pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We nearly died how many times?
Oh my god, every session.
Wow, that got lethal fast.
Bellum, the first session, now.
The only reason we didn't die is because we were so afraid to die. Like, if we had actually gone into combat, we would have died.
Holy Christ, right?
We run into the bosses all the time rather than the mooks.
The first session, you guys attacked robot Vikings.
Yeah.
The second session, you did Mad Max Fury Road. The third session, I want to say you dropped people off at a water planet?
Yeah.
I think the third session was the least lethal.
Let's see.
And the fourth session, you fought jean jacket people. No, the third session, you got the flubber from the ship.
It was the fish run, so dropping out the fish and fighting Tal Julius. Fourth one was the derelict, and fifth one was the Mount Sinai blowing us down.
Yeah, we almost died like every session.
Wow,
game.
this game is lethal.
Yeah.
So, listeners, we've covered the basic mechanics for everything, I think, but ship combat. And even then, we got a little bit into it. And I'm pretty comfortable with the system. You know, I'd like to read more, learn more about it. But with Season 2, we're going to move into the more esoteric stuff, like faction turns and Sons of Gold, like actual deal setup systems.
Yep.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, little things like that to kind of fluff out and make it a little more complex.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this HexKit software to drop their space hex tile stuff, and just waiting for that, because then we can actually turn the hex map we have in sector float numbers into like our own little map.
I mean, the website is pretty good as it is.
I like the website, but I also like just having my own map, like that I made. It's fun for me. But yeah, so that's what Season 2 is going to have. Probably more like this, and the characters getting more competent, and doing Far Trader runs, because that was easy mode. It was very training wheelsy. Like, the deals were easy, there wasn't that much complication.
We earned so much money.
You had a lot of money, but it's good. 6 sessions before you get your own ship is pretty good, considering the book recommends sometimes just to give it to you for free.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hey, if the PCs want a ship, make sure they get it. But we spent 6 sessions, so we could learn the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was important, because, yeah.
I guess we'll also have to assemble a new team now that Fives goes to retirement.
Yes, Fives will retire on Bellator Season 1 will...
Oh, who called?
Yeah, on Who Call, because Episode 1 of Season 2 will be like you saying goodbye to the last cast member as a special guest star before you make it out on your own.
The most beautiful man.
Pick up Robot Wife. That'd be amazing if you had Robot Wife built and skinned, and like you end up like getting...
That she becomes the...
Well, you end up getting like too, cut off to go back there because you get busy, and she ends up just being a crew member. Like, we're not going to give them to her. We'll go get another one built.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some sort of VI as a crew member and maybe someone from the academy as well. That'd be a nice combo. Maybe.
Grab another Psyker.
Yeah. Because we'll need someone to do the trading stuff. But hey, those cost points and so those, Higgs and psychic powers.
Well, if you're... No.
Straight
you
up,
guys
I
have
might.
to do the trading.
No.
Straight up,
Just
Higgs
for
and-
the stats. Yes?
doesn't really need any other psychic powers at this point.
I mean...
Like, I could use it,
I think you want that Meta 3 so you can be the psychic tutor, so you can...
Oh yeah, I forgot that was at level 3
Yeah.
that I could do that. Right.
No, we'll figure it out. Basically, yeah, we'll figure out how it goes and so on and so on.
Yeah, you definitely want to invest in trade on your own, though, so you guys can be responsible for the deals and stuff.
I mean,
Because if they're making the rules, they're the ones making the
No.
deals, and they're the ones making mistakes.
Sons of Gold is kind of different. It's like you pull your stats in together, you work together, and there's only one roll, and it's not even us making a skill check, it just happens.
Alright.
We'll figure it out.
Alright. That's kind of the goal for these characters is they like to be far traders, but they also like to do exploring. That's why you're such a good pilot and you're like an anthropologist, basically, to go out and find new worlds. So now you guys can start leaving this little bit part of the sector you're in and start exploring new places.
I mean, there are a couple places in the sector we can still check out.
But everyone already knows about it, and Nicole's big drive is to find places nobody knows about so more people can know about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, we can figure something out.
But yeah, that'll be season 2, episode 1. We'll be picking up the robot wife from from Hukal. But I think we're good for tonight. We started early-ish, and we're ending a little bit earlier than usual. That's nice. So, oh, thank God it's still recording. So, the whole session gone.
Oh no!
Fuck
Such a
everything.
good session.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. So, I think we'll wrap up season 1. I was Devin,
Nicole?
And Peter.
and this is sponsored by Nobody. Blackstar season 1. Signing off.